navigate new markets trends. So we have an awesome panel. They will be engaging us to share insights and knowledge, all that you need to know in navigating new market trends. But first, let's acknowledge those who have helped us make this possible. MTN Ghana. Now, they are the market leader in the mobile telecommunications industry in Ghana. They are offering subscribers a range of exciting options and a pay-as-you-go, pay monthly, and mobile financial services. The company is part of MTN Group, which is a leading emerging market leader with a clear vision to lead the delivery of bold, new digital world to our customers. MTN is inspired by its belief that everyone deserves the benefits of a modern, connected life. Scancom PLC is listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange, and their strategy is Ambition 2025, leading digital solutions for Africa's progress. Please put your hands together for MTN. Since you are MTN, I'm expecting a loud applause from you. Okay, now we have a Haspora. It's an organization established 11 years ago to promote brain gain by providing a support system for Ghanaian professionals and like-minded individuals who are thinking about or having returned home, to provide a forum for this group to positively impact our society. So that's about the Haspora. Over the last 9 years, they have supported Ghanaians and international organizations to organize several mentoring and coaching programs to empower Ghana's youth to be first-class, well-rounded professionals. Please, Haspora. So we are streaming live on MTN Ghana and Haspora's Facebook and YouTube pages with 100 participants present with me. My name is Caleb Kuda. You're all welcome. I have 3 panelists, and I'll do well to let them introduce themselves to us. They'll tell us briefly about what they do. And then, in fact, I have 4 panelists. Amazing. They'll tell us what they do, and then we have a lot of questions for them. How many of us have questions for them? Loads of questions for you. Great expectations from you. So let me start with a lady on the panel, and we'll let you tell us who you are, what you do, how you got here.
On? I don't think it's on. Wait, can you guys hear me? Oh, you can. My name is Zubaida. I'm a food blogger and a content creator in Accra. Wait, do you want my full backstory now, or should I No, I want it to be as interactive as possible. So do you want me to go through everybody, just introduce themselves,
yes, so
and then we'll all tell our stories?
Yes, so I want you to tell us a little bit about you like you've done, and then give us an idea of how you got here. I'll come to the others as well. So, I mean, Zubaida, ladies first, let's hear from you. Yeah, let's turn the pages.
Okay, so, sorry, I can see myself. So,
and you're looking good, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah. Basically, I started my, well, I don't know, most Ghanaians wouldn't really consider blogging and influencing an actual business, but I was able to turn mine into a full-time business. I started in 2018, so that's why they're asking me to come and share my stuff with you guys. But yes, that's basically what I do. I run ads for companies. I help them with their campaigns. I help businesses, especially restaurants, during this time, create strategies, fix their menus, how they hire people, basically everything that has to do with their brand identities and how to get their business out there. So that's a summary, but we'll go into that later.
Zubaida, thank you. The rest of our questions will flow from there. Let me come to the gentleman next to you, and then he will also tell us a bit about himself, and I will flow from there.
Hi, my name is Dr. Michael Wamensa.
Right.
I'm a dental surgeon and also a content creator under the brand Dr. Iwa. So I put out a lot of content on social media. I work with brands such as Pepsodent and other oral care brands to push their products out there, especially during the World Oral Health Day, which was held in March. We ran a campaign to try and get people on board to know the importance of their oral health. So I double as a dental surgeon as well as a content creator to push oral care onto the market.
That's exciting. The doctors have left the consulting room. They've taken over social media as well. It's good to know. Let's hear you, sir.
Hi, my name is Sydney Scott Sam. I'm a branding and marketing strategist or expert. I lead a mission to help Africa's entrepreneurs and talent reach their full potential by connecting them to each other and helping them build strong brands.
That sounds like a big title. You're a big man.
No, we're just managing.
So, for all of us here, we want to know how you got to where you are now. Because one of the stages in life we quickly forget about where we make some progress is the searching stage, when you're asking yourself who you are, what you have to offer, what you can really do, what you will excel in, and all the confusing expectations it comes with, whether or not the title is prestigious enough, your parents will be proud of, that you want to be what? A painter, what is that? And other kind of things. So we just want you to give us a quick journey of where you came from and how you even got into this. And if you're settled and convinced this is the way to go for the rest of your life. So I start with you.
Okay.
Scott.
Yeah, my journey starts back in University of Ghana. I was in a business school. I was a fairly decent student, but I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. So interesting enough, I graduated in human resource management, not marketing. And one thing that I realized was that I was interested in graphic design in the beginning. So I learned it on YouTube, and people would come to me for support with their flyers and labels, et cetera, et cetera. But then there was a bridge between, so technically I started as a freelancer, a creative freelancer, but there was a bridge between what people were looking for in terms of branding and design and their business. So I was able to bring in what I was learning in business school to support, small businesses. And very naturally, one thing led to another. So I built a team, I built a company, and then I built a tech platform over the last 8 years. So yeah, that's how I ended up here today.
It sounds exciting. Was it as simple?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, because this one sounds like very sweet. Tell us the raw and pleasant things, right?
There's a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
Number one, people tell you what they want you to be. So it's like, I want to support you with, this is what I do, and then they're like, okay, no, but I need these other things. This is how other people do it, Are you an advertising agency? Yeah. Are you so there was a lot of confusion, through my journey. Yeah. Sometimes the contracts take you to a place that you don't want to go because, an advertising agency is very different from a branding company that builds marketing assets, if you get what I mean. Like,
right.
So we try to avoid pitching and things like that. So it was a huge tug.
Conflict.
People don't pay on time sometimes, especially in, as a Ghanaian entrepreneur, firstly, a lot of things happen because of relationships with people. And you're a small boy,
family and friend.
Yeah, family and friends. So sometimes too, people don't want to pay you what you're worth. You charge 5,000, they say, oh no, but I'll pay you 2,000, that kind of thing. So it's been a struggle, like a huge struggle to get to where we are today, but alas.
Alas, no longer struggle?
No, I wouldn't say.
That's good. I mean, the rest of the struggle has got to do with the dollar and the cedi, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I get that. That's exciting. I like these stories. Doc. Yes. So, I don't know whether you went to medical school, clear in your mind you want to do dentistry, because, I mean, when you speak to many 12-year-olds, they say they want to be lawyer, pilot, doctor. They highly will tell you they want to be dentists, right? What's your story?
Yeah, so I entered dental school in 2010, 6-year course.
Are you from Prempeh, Presec, or Riley? Which school?
Amanfour.
Oh.
That's Prempeh College, yes.
Nice.
So,
I got it right.
Yes, you did. So I attended Prempeh College. I entered dental school in 2010. I completed in 2016. And I worked for both the government and the private sector. And most people will be wondering, Dr. Dear, what are you doing in content creation?
Exactly.
Why are you pushing your brand and all?
They say, Dr. Dear, TikTok fan who bang.
Exactly. Dr. Dear, TikTok and social media fan who bang. But you see, my story is quite interesting, but I'll summarize it as quote-unquote passion. You should be driven by the need to solve a problem as one of the fundamentals as a human being. So I saw the problem to be that oral health is not too publicized in our side of the world. In Western Africa, in Ghana to be particular, somebody would see the dentist only when they feel pain. They wouldn't regularly see the dentist. So
in fact, let me just ask, how many of us have been to the dentist before, ever, like, ever? Okay.
Exactly. People would have...
Myself, I've been to the dentist twice in my lifetime.
Wow.
No, 5, but sitting on the dentist bench twice.
Wow, interesting. So seeing that problem that Ghanaians don't prioritize oral health, I took it upon myself back in 2018, 2019 to try and use physical and virtual platforms to try and close or bridge this oral health equity gap, trying to get people to know more about the oral health. So I was using platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and later I added YouTube to try and make oral health quite interesting to people.
Nice. Yeah. How has it been? The journey transitioning from the consulting room to the virtual consultancy room, let me just put it out.
Yes. It's not been easy actually, because it's a new thing altogether, getting people to know more about their oral health and all. It's difficult, but bit by bit, we've been able to progress
getting there.
through it.
What are some of the success stories that excites you, that makes you know, oh, this is rewarding? I would have regretted it if I didn't do this.
I would say getting to work with brands, big brands, especially Pepsodent.
Wow.
Yeah, getting to work with them, the remuneration and all that is quite good, so it's been fulfilling.
So for you, if you had limited your knowledge, your practice to the consulting room, you wouldn't have met these brands.
No, I wouldn't.
And you wouldn't have had these big breaks.
At all, I wouldn't have.
Does that sound exciting? Because there are a lot of us young people who probably are out of school. We just finished BC or SHS or uni. We are broke. Our parents, we are still living with our parents. We are eating from their plates. We get to find money to buy data, but we are still unemployed and we are complaining. So there's a lot we can do online that can generate revenue.
Yes.
Yes, I'm not shading anybody. Thank you. Zubaida, I mean, how did blogging come to you? Are you one of those who used to write long love letters? Or you had a pen pal? You know those people who write letters in school, right?
No. I feel like my gay mates are going to see this and say yes. No.
Okay.
I've always been active on social media. So this was I started tweeting when I was in Gay. So I literally used to go to the cafe just to tweet. Exactly. And I sort of built an audience, you see. I think that's fairly easy to do when people like your content. It doesn't necessarily have to be specified. So it was random stuff. But then I eat out a lot. I always have. For example, do you guys know that on the run started?
Adriani, Zubaida.
Exactly. See?
Please put your hands together for Zubaida. Because I love food too. I love food.
But then I realized that every time I would post somewhere, because like I said, I was always eating out. Every time I'd post somewhere, people would ask me, oh, where is this? How much is it? They would ask for like specific details. So I just started posting that on my page. It wasn't supposed to be a business. I was just trying to make things easier because I would get about 10 questions a day. So I'm like, if I post it, nobody has come to me directly. So I started on my Twitter. And then I realized that a lot of restaurants didn't really have their information online, especially with regards to their menus. And that's a very big deal because I used to see tweets where people would go out and then they couldn't budget and someone would come and talk about they went on a date and the guy couldn't pay because his money wasn't enough.
It's embarrassing.
It is, isn't it? So I started with 20 menus. I made just like a landing page. One was a Friday night and someone had made this long ass thread about how he had been embarrassed because he couldn't pay. So I posted 20 menus and I was like, well, if you guys are going out, here are some of the menus I found online. And then after that, people started asking me, okay, do I have this menu? Like stuff like that, you see, like actual proper details. Where would I think would be the best place for a date? And so it just started, it's more of a passion thing, like he said. it wasn't intended as a business. So when I started on Instagram, then I had a personal page on Instagram. It had like 5,000 followers. It wasn't a lot at the time. So I started posting some of the stuff there as well. And then I realized that it was gaining a lot of traction. It was gaining a lot of engagements. People would DM me, people from different parts of Accra even, not people within, I don't want to say my circle. So after a while, I started reaching out to restaurants. That was it. I didn't intend to monetize it. I didn't know I could monetize it. I started reaching out. They would be like, oh, can you come and try this? Or, oh, we like what you're doing, so you can come with your friend and give us feedback. And then that's how that part started, the reviews. And then someone is like, okay, so how much do you charge? Charge for what?
Yeah.
They're like, for your reviews. And off the top of my head, I said a very random amount. And they're like, okay. Okay.
Like how much? Tell us. Was it a lot?
I'm shy.
You're shy. You're shy.
But I was like, okay, so then this is clearly a thing. But then I realized that, I don't want to talk about the economy because we're all bleeding, but...
no, you have to say it as it is.
Restaurants would get in touch and they're like, okay, so we're doing this, like the proper business part came when people would get in touch, say, we're doing this, but we're not seeing much in return. And we're doing this, but customers are saying this, so how do you think you can help us?
Right.
And then that's when the part where I actually started working directly with them fully came in. So this whole time, I'm still being consistent with the posting and stuff. So it's like that side of the business is growing. But first of all, Jerry, please, I'm not a registered business. Don't come for me. That's when that side of the business was growing, and then the restaurant side was growing as well. And then when you reach a certain level where you have enough engagements, not followers, but enough engagements, brands want to work with you.
Yeah.
So then they'll come to you and they're like, what can you do for us? We have this product we want to put on the market, so how do you think you can put it out there? See, it's little things like that. So it was just this, honestly, it wasn't the intention. So when I'm telling people the story, I'm like, I'm as surprised as all of you are.
Yeah.
Because it started out just a fun
business.
All of a sudden, look. My friend actually told me, wow, you take food blow. I was very surprised. And he was right, because as much as I've always been...
you take food blow.
Food I didn't even cook myself. That was a funny thing.
I like that.
But that's what I'm saying. So it was definitely just a passion thing. And because it's something I like, I was able to invest my time and my energy into it, like just continuously making sure that, okay, so now this is what people want. When I started, I didn't start with the food prices. I started with just the food. And then people are like, the prices. Then I added the prices. And people are like, what about this? And then I add that.
Right.
So my growth came as well from a lot of feedback from the audience as well.
Okay.
So it's just like a steady thing.
So if there's anything I'm learning from all three speakers today, it is that whatever they are doing now, it's something they really enjoy doing, correct? You agree with me? That they really enjoy doing it, and then they found there was a demand for it. There was a market for it, and so then they had to then meet that demand. So we'll come to that transitioning where, because there are sometimes conflicts in expectations from the brands you're working with, the businesses you want to work with. By the way, the last time we had this conversation, we learned the importance of registering your business. So once you find out that there's a demand, people are willing to pay for what you're doing, it's important you register your business, because then for you to get bigger businesses, some people will ask for some details like your tax returns and other things. Have you encountered any such thing?
Oh, yes, definitely. I mean, as my business was growing, it hit us hard because...
Tell me about it.
People will come to you, like a lot of people liked our work, and you get to a point where it's like, okay, you've done the pitch and the proposal and everything, and it like just when the deal is about to be signed, you're like, okay, can you submit a VAT invoice? Can you, and then the whole deal just
comes to an end
because you don't have that, you haven't like legitimized your business. There's cases where, for example, when the petroleum industry was really booming, we were like doing a lot of things, in there, and then they would come to us and go like, okay, what's the registration with the Petroleum Commission? Or like, do you get what I mean? And like, and for us, we've always been a la-di-da, very remote first. We've been working from home for about 4 years ago. You get
Right.
before even COVID made it a thing. So we don't take ourselves so seriously.
Like
if you get-
business.
I mean, we know it's a business,
Yeah.
and we're quite serious about what
Delivery.
we do. Yeah, delivering, but we don't take it. Yeah.
I
So.
get that.
So when we started to have to, ensure that, we have our Petroleum Commission registration, we have this registration, to be able to access government contracts, you have to go through the public procurement. I was like, this is...
It's a lot of stress, right?
And sometimes, even the deals don't always come. So just for one deal,
Yeah.
you have to go and pay some money and register and get just for that deal to go through. And then sometimes the deal doesn't come through for another 4 or 5 months. And so it's been a very interesting thing, but I always encourage that before you enter an industry, ask questions just to see
The things you have to do.
the things you have to do, because it will come at you in some random way.
So there's a question on the mind of
Yeah.
Deborah. I can read her mind. She's saying she just wants to know, like, how much did you lose because you didn't have those papers? Like, in this particular deal, back then, like, how much?
A lot of money.
Like-
because
like what?
when our this thing about GRA, when she said GRA, it's just
Now everyone is on edge.
No, it's fine. I mean,
Yeah,
but,
we're having
but
conversations.
when contracts moved beyond the 100,000s,
Bro.
those issues started.
Take a deep breath.
So in Ghana, it's not easy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think outside it usually just be based on merits.
Right.
People get access to certain things,
Right.
right? But here, there's even the way you present yourself to the people that you are pitching to. Even if you are good at the job, but
Yeah.
you're not able to build the relationships in the right way.
I
Do you get what I mean? So
see.
there's so many things that come into play
Right.
for you to get access to deals. You're just like, So yeah, I think we've lost hundreds of thousands of cities.
Wow.
I mean, old before the dollar started misbehaving. Yeah. So yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
But now things are in place.
Oh yeah, things are in
are
place.
shaped.
I mean, we've
You've
learned our
grown.
lessons. Yeah, like now we play both on the international scene and the local. So in terms of registration,
Guys, put your hands together. We are dealing with an international business guru, man.
Yeah.
That's
so-
nice. And then I'll come to you, Dr. Sam, because for those... No, Zubaida, so are you doing this full time? Just want to be clear.
Is this an incriminating question?
Okay. Let me know.
Actually, I am. I have a business on the side, but
Right.
then this is my main gig.
So the side one too is still for you, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like this is your mainstay. So like you don't wake up and go to work for someone. You work for
I
yourself.
work for myself.
No, indeed, you take food blow.
Exactly.
Man, that's exciting. After a year, I'll use Gobe to blow. Gobe. No, but Dr. Sam, for those who work with institutions, I mean, usually there's this conflict of interest thing. So whatever you're doing on your own personal handles, your HR could call you and say, why are you not doing this on the company's, right? So yeah, I'm putting the questions really raw, and I'm sorry if it's incriminating in any way, but I mean, we're just trying to understand things, right? So how do we navigate those murky waters? You go up to your employers and tell them, okay, I'm doing this on the side, even though it's your own data, your own space, your own internet. How do you go about the politics of that?
Good question. I've had that problem a couple of times when I started working in the private sector.
Right.
And most of their issues was the fact that they wanted to be tagged in some of the posts, or they wanted hashtags in the company's name.
They didn't want to pay. They wanted to use your old salary for new work. Not so.
Yeah, so I had that problem a couple of times, but my solution to all that was that whether it was me tagging the clinic or the institution or using their hashtags, at the end of the day, I'm getting clientele for the clinic.
Right.
And once I get the clientele, the money that is generated from the procedures that are done goes to the company. So looking at it from that aspect, they were not too perturbed as to whether their name had to be in the caption or had to probably brand their institution in some of the posts. They became okay with that.
So it was a win-win situation
Yeah,
for
win-win,
you.
because it's translating into revenue,
Right.
because clients are coming to.
Okay, so it means that it's not like you've had your own private clinic, you are doing galamsey in your house,
Sure.
diverting some of the clients. In either way, it goes back to them. But how real can this challenge be? I'm sure you speak to your colleagues also who are professionals in the traditional professions, and then there are content creators on the side. How challenging can this be?
Well, it can be quite challenging at times, especially if you're working for more than one clinic. So at the point in time, the clients that are coming, are you splitting them between your main clinic and maybe another clinic you're doing the local mat?
I get that.
Understand? So it becomes a challenge because some institutions even try to sign very stringent contracts with you that in case you take this patient who's come to this clinic to another clinic because you got them on social media, there's something you need to pay to them. It becomes a bit messy at that point in time. Yeah, I agree.
SMB. Okay, Dr. Michael Mensa, thank you. Zubaida, now we are in very uncharted paths. Entrepreneurs are being hit real hard. Someone told me, if you go to the market today and you ask for the price of anything, by the time you put your hand in your pocket to bring the money, and by the time you give the money to the person, the price has changed.
That's actually really true.
So it's made things really tough.
It has.
And for people who are doing your kind of work, it's usually when businesses, okay, that applies to you more, Sam, but even for you, I mean, if you're not making enough revenue to want more clients, we wouldn't want the services of someone to get us more clients, right? So just paint a picture for us to understand how people in your industry are being hit by Forex issues and all that we are seeing.
Okay, well, first of all, there's less money for marketing. For most brands, for most restaurants, they can barely afford to operate on a daily basis to now pay for marketing, which is a problem because without the marketing, you can't get business. Then you're not getting business. It's a really vicious cycle because even in December, what I do is I work with a number of restaurants to get them, especially the diasporas who will be coming, because they come with a lot of foreign exchange and like the businesses really need it. But now everybody who had plans of giving out a package is pulling out because they can barely afford to operate on literally. For example, I was speaking to somebody yesterday and she says rice has gone up 60 cedis since last week. And a gallon of oil that was 170 at the beginning of the year is now 650. So looking at something like this, it's affecting them. They can't reach out to us as well. So a lot of us do a lot of freebies, a lot of free promo and stuff as well, but then you can't really do it for free for everybody. That's the thing. So for us, that's how it affects us, like just the marketing. And the thing about Ghanaians is that we're very empathetic. See, there's the human nature to everything. So nobody wants to be the one to say, if you can't pay, I'm not going to do this for you. But at the same time, that's how you make your money as well. So it's just very... But I think the business owners have it worse than we do. That's why a lot of us are more understanding.
I'm really wondering how people are getting by. Especially for young entrepreneurs who just started 2-3 years into this, trying to scale up, and now everything is going to cost of production. Can you relate? How can people navigate those murky waters? What are the new market trends in that sense?
It's a tough one. I'm not going to lie, but to be really honest with everyone here, I think COVID gave us prelims, like to the fact that this was going to happen at some point.
I like that. We were doing small posts with COVID. Now
now it's but it gave us a heads up, So the first thing I want to share is, for those of you who know a bit of business school, there's fixed assets and fixed costs and then variable costs, right? The things that whether whether you are big or you're small, you have to pay for, and then there's the stuff that, based on how quickly you are able to expand or contract, you're able to do. The first move I would suggest is figure out how to move most of your costs to variable costs, because it's, I know the variable costs are horrible in the market now, but the fixed costs will kill you, if you get what I mean. If there's something that you are, let's say, you're paying big amounts of rent or those things, they will kill you. So if you're able to move your business to things that when there's business, you pay for it. When there's no business, you don't have to pay for it. I think that's a very important thing. That's something that my business did, where previously we were operating agency style. So I had a lot of employees and contractors, you know, and your salary bill is a lot. Then we shifted to this tech platform where it will just be a few people, maybe 3, 4, who manage the whole platform. And then anytime a job comes, we already have a community of people who are on standby to do it. So we only pay them based on work.
As in when there is business.
When there's business, but when there's no business. And it was a big shift in you know, fine, sometimes when we are paying people, we pay 40, 50 people at a goal. And something you think is big money that's going out there. But when it also goes down, then you don't have, you know. So a lot of us have to start thinking about, it's a hard one. I'm not saying you can just go home and, you know, oh, you know, Holy Spirit has touched you, figure it all out. No. But really look at what your business does. And I'll just add one thing before I end. Sometimes we don't really know what our business does. We know the products we are serving, but like what he said, he's trying to bridge the gap between low knowledge of oral care and an appreciation of oral care, right? He's not just a dentist. So variable cost, for example, could be in education. He can do training, right, and get people to pay for training. That doesn't cost him money of light bill, and do you get what I mean? So if you understand that your business does, like I always say, like for juice companies, you are a health company. You are a good health company, if you get what I mean. So you are helping people eat well and blah, blah, blah. There's other things you can do that you can reduce your costs and still make some money. So just wanted to share that. Yeah.
That's fine. Dr. Mensah, on the same question.
Yes. I agree with what he's saying. In terms of the fixed cost and the variable cost, a way that you need to provide education, it's quite important. And I believe we can all do something towards that area. I agree with that.
Okay. So joining us is Christian Boachi-Yadom. Christian will share some perspectives with us as well. He's the Chief Executive and founder of Sika Foods and Beverages Ghana. We're happy to have him, and he'll be sharing some thoughts on that as well. But it's amazing he's seated close enough to Zubeida. So this is a food blogger, and this is the CEO of a food business. You guys, you got something going on, man. Chris, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. So first, let's get to know how you got here. Not like how you got here physically, right? But you're a big man, a CEO, you know. When we're young, before you know it, you hear someone is a CEO, like, they got this pot belly. It's practically a huge man, right?
Yes.
And really old with about 6 children, maybe 2 wives. How did you get here?
This question,
Yeah.
I've answered this several times and I'll still answer it again.
We are really interested.
Should I say the quest for success, you know? Because I've always, when I was a kid, I used to watch hip-hop videos to see this Lil Wayne, Jay-Z in these cars, and I felt this car doesn't exist in our world. So I felt it was so far away. And I'm this kind of person that when I see stuff and I like them, I want to get them.
Are they your fair?
Yes.
We are pre-mine.
Oh no, that's I would say that I'm ambitious. My name ambitious trading.
I know I'm pre-mine phobia, you're ambitious.
So seeing these things, I was always, you know, fired up to get them.
Right.
So I mean, starting this whole thing was the quest for success. I mean, getting things that I've yet to have.
Yeah.
So just doing things to get them. It started way back in SHS. I used to even shave my mates for money.
Hey.
In the university, I did same.
Okay.
KNUST. Then from there, I was into sales of pen drives, calculators.
It's a pen drive promotion.
Anything for the money.
I see.
I mean, anything legal
Legit.
for the money. Yes, let's put it that way. So from pen drive calculators, I did a bit of sales of slides. This Adidas and Nike slides for the males. Moved to even the sales of this female bra, brazier.
Jesse, please, do you still have some? I'm asking for somebody.
That was in 2018.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then from there, I did a little bit of, I used to do assignments for people and charge them as well.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes. So many things. Until I finally settled on food.
I think maybe the last thing you didn't do was galamsey.
No. Yeah, I was that kind of person. I mean, anything for the money.
Right.
I just wanted to make sure I'm always doing something.
And you are
to
comfortable.
earn. Yes.
Yeah. I like the sound of that.
I
It's
was
a bit
very
different.
comfortable. I mean, it wasn't so normal for a student in the university, I mean, to be doing this. It's kind of weird because mostly the guys want to look, you know, that way to attract the girls. And
But you were selling pen drives.
Yes.
But still, you could give them pen drives, you know?
Oh no, I mean, you see, there's this tag around it.
Okay.
See, mostly people.
So we're a hustler boy.
Like kind of, yeah, they're hustlers.
That.
So.
I see that.
But I enjoy doing it.
I like your story. Please put your hands together for this. Chris. So then, Chris, how did you find yourself in food?
Yeah, so
I mean,
yes, I've been cooking. I've been cooking since age 8.
88.
Age 8, when I was 8 years.
88. What are you saying?
My grandmom used to operate a local restaurant called Choba in our hometown.
Choba. Now, what was the name? I'm just interested.
Her name was Amabo. Amabo
or Choba.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Very famous those days.
I see.
She used to feed people like Nene Champon, Ohineba Kofi, those kind of people.
I'm sure that the Lumba self, she fed him.
I won't be surprised. So from there, my mom is also a caterer.
Okay.
But then she didn't teach me how to cook. Okay. Growing up, I had to live with my cousin, who happens to be a caterer as well. So she taught me how to cook. So those days, I remember right after school, I have to rush home and take cooking lessons. So she groomed me, started cooking, age 8. So throughout class 3, 4, 5, up to uni, cooking became part of me.
I see.
Until I met a roommate in 2017, final year, KNUST. And that is when we decided to commercialize it. And we still needed money.
I see.
Yes.
Because the focus was still on making money.
Yes.
Really? Okay. So you want to invite your friends who are home who couldn't make it here to join us virtually on our platforms. The hashtag also, if you want to tweet this, in fact, I encourage you to, is hashtag justbe, hashtag MTN pause, hashtag it go be. Can I hear you say the last one in particular? Hashtag it go be. Okay. All right. Good. So we want to continue this conversation and look at how people can diversify and scale up what they do. Because Nature, we have someone in the audience called Nature. Chris, meet Nature. Nature is that's his real name actually. It's not his nickname. His name is Nature, and he's into piggery, pig farming. So, with that kind of nature, with that nature of work, how do you diversify? How do you scale up? No, not diversify, but how do you scale up? At what point do you know that, okay, where we've got into, we can scale up our business? Let me start from the one who blew with food, Zubaida.
I thought it was going in order. Anyway, okay, so with his like this is what I actually do, helping people with food businesses, grow. Seeing as my work is mostly on social media, my answer is definitely going to be that
digital.
You need to invest in that very heavily. And even though it sounds expensive to people, it actually isn't. You can do it yourself. So you have to build a presence online enough that if somebody sitting somewhere says, someone on Twitter, a random person says, oh, I need pig meat to buy, you are the first person that comes to mind. So you see, referrals help as well.
Right.
So not necessarily spending money on ads. So personally, I would say you need to heavily invest in that. When your customer service, when people come and buy, do you sell the meat itself or do you sell like the pigs as they are? Both. Okay. So with something like that, I'm assuming you have workers. Things like your customer service, for example. Now, because this is a very digital age, all it takes is one bad review to ruin you. For someone to say they bought pig meat from you and there were worms inside. It doesn't necessarily have to be true, but if someone says it, it's a problem nonetheless. So I would say, yes, invest heavily in your digital media, your digital presence, take a lot of pictures, create an account, actively post, like market yourself, especially now that there's no money for marketing. Market yourself very heavily. When somebody's talking about, there are some brands that do these things online where if somebody's talking about, let's say the topic of the day is someone went to fall in a gutter. And you find a way to relate it to your business. Oh, if somebody eating my meat would never fall in a gutter. You see, things like that. You join every conversation that is very active just to make sure that people are
trending conversations,
talking about
in.
You always make sure that whatever's happening, you are there.
Okay.
It's free. You can literally do that yourself. Because right now, people are doing a lot of stuff online. Everybody's online. People buy their stuff online. People check for reviews online. So I think it's very important.
Okay. That brings me to you, the strategist, because there's a lot of clutter online, right? And a lot is taking people's attention. And you want to, as much as possible, appeal to customers who have the means. You want people to take you seriously, but you are young. And like you admitted in your earlier statement, very often people even want to pay you small because you are young, not because you did a small job. You did a good job, quality, they got results. But they're already taking you for granted because of your age. So how do you market yourself in such a way that you're plugging into what's trending, but you still are grounded? Because, to be honest, most of the things that trend in Ghana, a lot of the times,
it's fun stuff.
The guys understand what I'm saying, the ladies too understand.
Yeah.
You understand too, don't you?
So what I would say is, just pulling from what Zubeda said, we live in a new world where value is the only thing that has currency, in my perspective. I mean, there's people,
value is the only thing
that has
currency.
Yeah, like it will, even if you're able to get away with certain things, like where because of hype, people follow you for a little bit, it always catches up with you. Do you get what I mean? So I think
an example that will catch on, we can all relate with is Kiddy. Oh, you didn't see the Kiddy old tweets and things?
Kiddy.
Yeah. You've not heard?
No.
Oh. Who knows this? He made some statements in the past that people went to dig and they put it out and it was like,
Yeah, no.
So you're saying value.
Yeah.
Values.
Yeah, value really is the only currency. So in terms of, how to market yourself or brand yourself, number one, I think this is a really good season. I always say, like, crisis is bad, but crisis always provides an opportunity for you to sit down and reflect, right? When everybody is screaming, you take your time and think about yourself. Who is your ideal customer? There's people who buy your stuff, right? But maybe, especially at this time, they may not be able to pay you in the way that you need to be able to survive, you understand? So in some cases, you'll be chasing 100 people, but it may be more important for you to chase just 20 people who can pay 2 times, 3 times the price, right? So put those people down, you're with what, in addition to what Zubeda said about marketing yourself and putting stuff out there, there's also something called direct marketing, where you message somebody directly, and you don't ask them to buy your product. You just ask them, hey, I want to create some value for you. Let me just do it for you for free, even, in some cases as an investment. If it works out for you, this is my price. Do you get what I mean? Those are the kinds of things, and not everybody is going to jump on it, but if you do that consistently enough where it's like you meet somebody, you help them within 5-10 minutes of meeting them. For me, that's something that I'm very particular about doing, where I always like to change somebody's perspective within the first 15 minutes of meeting them. And usually they just come chasing afterwards, like, listen, that thing you told me, it really changed the way I think about business. Please do my branding. Do you get what I mean? So that's a way to think about it. As you're marketing, find a group of people that you really want to speak to. Hit them directly as well. Make an offer to give them value, that they need. As Zubeda said, she can tell what they need. For something that won't cost you too much money, you give them that value, give them some education, give them some perspective or some free consulting, and give them your price. I charge 2,000 cedis an hour or 3,000 cedis an hour, but this is the kind of things that I can do for you.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Not everybody will bite, but some people will come. So that's like a good way to think about how to market, especially in this time, especially because we don't have all the time in the world and all the resources in the world. And every day has to matter. So if in one day you message 5 people and 1 comes back, it's not bad. Do you get what I mean? So that's what I would say.
I love it. So
yeah.
it's not always about the number of people.
People, yeah.
Sometimes the quality of the people. Just a few will make a whole lot of difference.
Exactly.
But Doc, you do agree with me that sometimes some of the brands that will pay heavy, they look out for numbers. I mean, if you're going to produce, you show them your profile, you show them what you can do, what value you can create for them, like Sam is saying, Dr. Michael, and they're asking you, okay, what are your numbers? But you also know that you put out something, you plug into the fund, you keep the value, but the numbers are really small. Sometimes it's only your mother that has liked the post for you. You know? What do you do? How do you grow it?
Yes, so it's true. Most brands look out for numbers, hundreds of thousands and all that. But you should also bear in mind that engagement is much more important than the numbers. Okay. You could have all the numbers in the world, but if your audience is not engaging with what you're putting on the table, it's not going to reach anywhere. So I would suggest that, as my brother said, the engagement is, the value is very important. And in order to provide value, you should be able to improve on yourself and also invest in technology. So improving on yourself would mean that taking some certain short courses on LinkedIn, you don't really have to pay much. Learning how to create content, maybe initially you used to create content this way. You get to know that the algorithm works in certain ways. You learn new stuff from there. Use that to improve on your content and also get the algorithm to recognize your content, to push it out there so there are masses for them to engage in that. So the other thing is also technology. You need to put money in getting very good devices to use. If initially you are using your phone to create content, try to invest in a camera to create the content to get something that is appealing to the eye.
Right.
You get it? So doing all these helps you to create value on your content and also get people to engage in that content. So I would say it's not really the numbers per se, but
it's the engagement.
Engagement, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's very true. You mentioned a keyword in your statement, algorithm.
Yeah.
And so I want you to touch on this algorithm business, this artificial intelligence, they call it AI for short, and these new, market trends. How do we navigate our products in a way such that we take advantage of these algorithms to, put our businesses there and make value out of what we want to do?
I see artificial intelligence to be a much more cost-efficient way to have your product or your services out on the market. And it helps you to strategically position yourself when it comes to trends and these viral content you see on the internet. For instance, some of these search engine optimizations, they help to be put in a keyword and you're able to find information pertaining to your craft or pertaining to the service you offer. I think it really helps when artificial intelligence really helps. For instance, maybe you put out, let me take Instagram for instance. You put out so many videos, audiovisual content on Instagram, and you realize that you go to your professional dashboard, and you realize that one particular content stands out. Looking at that, it helps you to skew your
You're talking about the analytics.
Yeah, the analytics.
So you look at the analytics, what's giving you more views, more reach, more engagement.
Exactly. It helps you to now position yourself to tailor your content
towards what they
that
want.
Type of content. So I feel artificial intelligence in that sense is also helping with the analytics, the metrics, and helps you to push out things that would let people engage in it more. Yes.
I love the sound of that. Zubaida, I'm going to come to you. I'm going to ask you how young ladies in schools, and because times are really hard, right? And we're saying the social media thing, you are writing about food nord and you're making business out of it. Yeah. So what are some of the secrets to putting out compelling content? Because, the truth is, what you've done, others are doing it, they are still where they used to be. Is that correct? So how should we approach things differently so that we can get the results that we yearn for?
Okay, so honestly, the main reason why my blog has become like such a brand is because to simplify it, I make things easier for people. If you want to eat out, you know where to find the menu. If you're looking for a particular food, you know where to find it. So it's a convenience I'm selling to people. So I would say everybody has one thing that they can do really well, which it answers a need in the society. It does something that, well, makes people's lives easier. That is literally what you're going to use to blow, honestly. And it has to be, you can't copy somebody's thing. That's the thing, you can't, because there are other food bloggers who message me all the time to ask me how I was able to build my brand. And I keep saying, if you look at what I'm doing and you copy it exactly, if a brand wants to work with me, they're not going to go to you, they're going to come to me because it's mine. So you just have to find what can you in particular answer. Mine is the menus, mine is that, but can you say, okay, are you somebody who you live in Osu, so then show people what there is to eat in Osu. Show people where they want to go if they have this amount in Osu. Show them where they can get this in Osu. You see, that is, you've specified yours is you blog in Osu. So I just think that with social media like this, it is relatively easy to blow. You just have to find what you can sell. But then people also confuse it with, well, anything goes viral these days, like he said. It's not necessarily a good thing, because if you're going viral for being the person who is always...
Cyberbullying, for example.
Yes. No brand is going to want to work with you. Okay, now you're popular. So what? You're popular for the wrong reasons. Nobody's going to hire a bully to advertise something, so basically, you're not making any money. But if you're somebody who let's say like he does, for example, his is the oral stuff, it's the brushing your teeth and stuff like that. That's me oversimplifying it. It's a lot more than that. Brands who want to reach audiences will go to him. See, so you just have to find what you can sell best. You just have to find what makes you different. Like I said, mine is I eat out a lot. I've always eaten out. I like food. It's a thing. And it's not too much of a lifestyle change for me to make it into a business. That's why it's, like I said, it's so easy for me to just keep doing it every day. Because when I leave here, I'm going to eat. And I'm going to post it. And it's going to be content, you see. But imagine you have work, but you're going to leave your office and now go and eat because everybody's blowing for food blogging. First of all, you're spending money getting there. You're spending money over there. Your post might not even reach. You see, it's just a waste of money. So I would say just find what works for you. It could be knitting, because that's what some people do. It could be painting. It could be telling jokes, funny jokes. It could be, emphasis on funny, please. Okay. Little stuff like that. So just,
because there are offensive jokes.
There are offensive jokes, and people will block you.
Yeah.
I block people all the time. So yeah, that's what I say. Just find what service you can sell to make people's lives easier. Basically, that's just it. And I don't want to say to work out, because that's very aspire to inspire. You know, everybody has 24 hours in a day on that level, but yeah, it's pretty easy to blow on social media.
Chris, how have you taken advantage of this new trend to put your business out there, and particularly situating it in this economic difficulty we are experiencing? How is it helping? Without it, how would you have been? Have you thought about that?
Well, I've always engaged people who approach me to run ads, sorry to say on radio, that it doesn't work for me.
They say you have a nice voice.
What'd you say? No. I mean, people who the radio stations who approach me for radio advertisement. I mostly tell them it doesn't work for me. They ask me why, and I just tell them that. So see, we are very active on Instagram since 2019, until recently being active on Snapchat. But then the whole journey of we doing this business started from Instagram. I had to convert my personal Instagram account into a business account. And it has been so helpful to the extent that when they come to me, let's say they'll tell me, you want to charge you, let's say 5K in a month. Then I get back to them and tell them that, see, there is one particular app, Instagram. It has a lot of users. It has features where you can direct your ads to people in Kumasi within ages of, let's say, 18 to 30, who have interest in food, lifestyle, whatever. And you can just sponsor this ad for, let's say, $100. And the impact it's going to make is very different from me advertising on a radio, because there are so many radio stations. And what is the probability that the person I'm targeting will be listening to that ad at that point. So when they come and I give them the statistics, tell them that, see, the people I'm even targeting, they barely listen to radio.
They're online.
They are online. They spend much time on their phones than listening to radio. Personally, when I sit in my car, I barely listen to radio. Just this morning, I don't know what happened. I just don't know what happened. But then it was about this economic situation in Ghana, and I'm so interested, so I have to listen. But ordinarily, once I sit in my car, I have my playlist. I start playing. When I have my phone, it's either Instagram or Snapchat. And let's not forget the fact that I may be a CEO, but I'm still young, and I know the interest of most young people. We're always on our phones. So where do you get them? On their phones, through social media. So about 90% of my marketing budget is channeled through social media. Those who know Pizza Man Chicken Man, they know that, see, on Snapchat, from somewhere May, I signed almost all the known influencers on Snapchat in Accra, all of them. Those who know it, they know it. So social media has played a very vital role in my business. 90% of my marketing budget is on social media.
Wow.
And that is what I've been using to, and sorry to say this, but then I don't know if I have to boast about it or not. We came in 2020, but then we are the local food chain, in fact the largest local food chain in Ghana at the moment with 28 locations. And we have the highest number of following on Instagram. I mostly compare with my competitors. We have the highest number of following on Instagram. Because we invest about 53.9K. Yes, you can check the others. Because we invest in social media, we know that, see, this is the way out. And it's been working for us. Yeah.
Sounds exciting. I want to take some of your questions. So, MTN, Just Be, and Series, I would take your questions if you have them, and I will put them to our panelists. If you have specific questions relating to your personal situation or your life station, I'd love to hear them. But please make them short and simple so we know how we can address them. So if you have your questions, please shoot up your hands. I'll call you. Okay, I see 2 hands. I see 2. I see 1. We can have a microphone around, can we? Super, there's 1. So, okay. Okay, I see 2 ladies here. I'll take you first. They are in the front, actually. Good. So we'll take these questions. Please tell us your name, what you do, where you are, and go straight to your question. We'll take, that's her. Yeah. And then you pass it on to her. Thank you. Tell us your name, please, and your question.
Do I need to stand?
We can hear you.
Okay. My name is Sandra Akushika Anka, but I'm mostly known as Akushika. I own a fashion e-commerce. So what I'm wearing now, yes, so the top, yes, is made by myself and then my team. And then when you go to our website, we have it there.
It's lovely.
So I want to thank you. I would want to ask Mr. Sam, please, as an e-commerce, a fashion e-commerce, and now we know people scam people a lot online. What do I need to do to build trust with my people? Although I'm offering them convenience, because mostly I'm targeting made in Ghana products, putting them online on one platform for everyone to access. But how am I able to relate this value with people and then make sure that they trust the brand? And then I also do the e-commerce basically online. So it doesn't have any physical presence.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything physical with it. So how then do I build that trust?
Fantastic question. Thank you. Let's take yours as well. Please tell us your name and shoot your question.
Hey, my name is Marvelous Chapura. I'm from Ashesi, and I'm from Zimbabwe.
I missed your name.
Marvelous.
Marvelous. Okay.
So at some point in time, I tried to venture into manicure, pedicure, and hairdressing. So as Zubaida said, we are nice people, we are understanding. And then as Sam said, people sometimes are not willing to pay for what you're really worth. So sometimes people would come and say, oh, okay, I have this amount, can you do my nails for this amount? How do you deal with such? Because once you accept their offer, they're gonna keep on coming back and not willing to pay what you tell them. So how do you deal with such?
Marvelous question from Marvelous. Let's come to Just B. No, we'll come this way. I would come back to you. We'll do a couple of rounds. I can't see your hands. Please shoot them well. Okay, so I see there's a lady there and then there's a gentleman here. So let's take your question and then we'll come to you. Yeah.
All right, thank you. My name is Foster J.
Say it again.
Foster AJ.
Foster, right.
Yeah, I'm a network engineer. And I grew up in the village. My parents are farmers. And then I moved back in Accra here. I did IT and that is what I'm doing. But I want to do something extra. And I realized that I have passion for farming. But looking at from Accra to where I'm from, that is Bruno East, I tried doing the farming, that was 2 years ago. And then after everything, after the harvesting, I was having issue or challenges in getting buyers.
Right.
So I left the whole maize over there. That was maize farming that I was doing. I left there and then I left them over there and then I came back to Accra.
But you Bruno man marry?
No, I leave it with somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, because of my work, I have to get back to Accra to, I took a leave to go. But because I couldn't wait to sell it myself, the money that I got...
They cheated you?
Yes, I realized that I lost rather instead of making profit. So I want to ask, should I have to, or do I have to forget about the farming thing and then think about something that has to do with my work field in Accra here, or I should still concentrate on the farming?
That's a very good question.
Thank you very much.
It's a challenge many absentee farmers have, so thank you for addressing that. I will take a lady, then I'll come back to you. So please, over there, and then we'll come this way, and then we'll do another round, okay? All right.
Hello, my name is Matilda.
Okay.
I'm a student. So I buy things from Alibaba to sell.
Okay.
And then this month, I decided to budget 4,000 Ghana cedis to buy some things. So usually if I'm buying something like $13, I'm expecting that they will take at least 130 to 140 cedis. But this time around, when I bought something for $13, they took about 170 to 180 cedis. And I realized that the things I budgeted for to buy,
you couldn't buy all.
I couldn't buy all.
That's the CD dancing to the dollar.
So right now, and that the shipping fee has not even been added to it.
Just a young man.
So right now, I don't know, should I pause till the dollar comes back to normal? That is if it will, or do I have any alternative like creating a bank account in dollars or something?
Okay. Matilda wants to know whether she should wait for the CD to stop dancing as Otto to the dollar, then she can continue. Let's come to series, right?
Should we answer a few because we forget some of the questions?
I have them here. I'll take care of you. So let me take the gentleman at the back and I'll take you as well. Two gentlemen from series.
Francis Ofusukobia is my name. I am a serial entrepreneur, a business owner, climate change advocate, and environmentalist.
Nice. A round of applause, my serial entrepreneur.
Please, I have one question for all the panelists and four suggestions for my colleagues here. I don't know whether there are such suggestions.
You have 1 minute, actually.
Okay, so I can do all in the 1 minute.
If you can.
All right. My question is, I'm also a grassroots advocate. I stay in the village, I stay in the city, and I'm now in the national capital. I've known a lot of things, I've gone through a lot of things, but because I have 1 minute, I cannot say all. So my question to you is, now where you've got into, most of us sitting here want to get to your place. If you ask any young entrepreneur or any young person who wants to do his own business, ask him the challenges, he will tell you it's money. So I'm not asking you to give us money because you cannot share monies to us. But do you have something?
You never know.
Okay. But apart from, I want to put the money somewhere because if I bring the money, you are not going to close.
So bring the question.
So my question is, apart from the money or the business capital, where you've got into, do you have something that you can use or do to help you, the young ones who are coming so that they don't suffer so much?
I like your question, but I think that's what they have done. They are giving you knowledge so that you don't suffer so much, that you learn from their experience. Francis, thank you. I'll take another question from this side. Yes, you, sir.
Hello, my name is Dixon Akubia. I'm from Ashesi University, studying computer science, right? So, listening to all the panelists, right? So I can see that all of you have like an online presence, right? So, going to Instagram, Facebook, whatever, right? So, but there's one thing: cybersecurity and infosec, right? So, I'm here, and the things I'm learning in school, I can take your Instagram page, hack into it, ethical hacking, right?
Please,
so
we beg you, okay?
No, so I'm just looking.
I understand, but I'm also just begging you.
So I'm just saying, what are some measures you are putting in place to prevent black hat hackers, right? So just looking at you, if someone hacks into your account or something like that right now and puts something wrong, your business is at stake. So that's like something really huge to work on. So is there something you are doing to sort of mitigate that?
That's a good one. Next thing, you know the one I met when I came to Ashesi the last time?
Yep.
Oh, you're a very good guy. Okay. I think you have more answers on this cybersecurity thing since you are the one doing computer engineering. But it's a good one. We'll come to you for that. He wants to know what you all are doing to protect your business, your digital footprints online. If it won't incriminate you too much, please share some with us. But I guess the overall understanding here is that with all the digital trends we're talking about, you need to take precautionary measures so that somebody doesn't hack into your account. I mean, he could, but I am begging him. He will understand. Others will not understand. So let me start with you. What are you doing in terms of cyber security? Because you are spending 90% of your budget on social media, man.
Well, I have little knowledge on that, I have to admit. However, I know this two-factor authentication thing that we've been activating to protect our pages. Basically, that's what we've done so far.
Okay.
I don't have any other...
Dixon, can you still hack into his account with a two-factor authentication? Charlie, then there's some business opportunity for you right there. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I like the honesty. Zubaida, have you thought about it, cybersecurity?
Yes, I mean, he's told me, but okay. Yes, mine is on as well. So even if it's WhatsApp, you can still do it. Because you know Instagram gives the option to send on WhatsApp as well. Really? Even with the app, because I have the authentication app and I have the WhatsApp one on, and I have the text message one on as well.
Sister, I'll be hack.
So all of that, you can still bypass it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Wow.
Wow, that's a very interesting one. That's a very interesting one. Doc, have you sat your Instagram, TikTok on your dental bench in terms of cybersecurity?
So in terms of that, true story, last year I had someone hack into my website. I have a blogging website, drwa.com, where I have some few things I write on there. So it was hacked in, and that's where people book appointments to come and see me. So it was hacked into the latter part of last year. I had to get my IT guy to try and create the website from scratch.
Did you spend a lot of money?
Yes, I had to pay him something new for him to create the website all over again.
So you had to restart all over again?
From Ghana.
I think in the next session, hopefully next month, we'll talk about cybersecurity, and Dixon will be one of the speakers, huh? Dixon, I got you a gig, right? Let's hear you on this cybersecurity part.
Oh, I mean, I think it's clear. We all need his help. You know, that's just what I'm gonna say.
I like the honesty. Okay, so now, Francis, your grassroots question, I think I answered, but I don't know if anyone wants to add up to Francis, who says that, Francis's question was answered, right? Wanted to know what you are doing to help others. Your presence here alone is enough. You could have been somewhere making money. But if you want to add a thing or two, Zubaida.
It's gone off. Yeah. You can try crowdfunding and see, because I've seen that's what a lot of people do now for school, to start their businesses and things.
Okay. Succinct.
Yeah, just to add, I think barter is also a really good way to go if you want to get access to, because we're all looking for value. So sometimes just what you were going to use the money for trade it with what value you also have.
Okay.
For me, I also run a social enterprise called Open Space. We've partnered with Haspera to help people with their mindsets and working in business. It's always free. So please just check out openspaceglobalorg, and you can join the events and things like that, just to be able to get access to some of the value that we create.
Sweet. I love the sound of that. Anything else, or we move to the next question?
Oh wait, there's a person on Twitter who does these things. They help startups. His handle is PARLEN. No, Desmond Bredu. You should check. They do these periodic things where they give startup grants to small businesses.
Okay.
So maybe you might want to check that out.
That's sweet. Network engineer Foster, something extra. You want to go into farming, and people, they have assigned you, basically, right? Yeah. You had this question.
It's a hard one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, because I don't have that much knowledge on the farming industry, but I guess access to farmlands is easier there than here. But I always encourage people who have farming expertise to partner with landowners who definitely don't have the money to develop their lands right now. So it depends on how you craft it, but if you can have a hard find some lands, right, that may just be dormant, okay? Talk to a lawyer or a lawyer friend, or you can go online and get some of these template agreements, and then have an agreement with them so that when you farm, you guys split. So that is their investment or their equity into your farming business. Okay. It can be for 2 years, so it's not a long-term thing. And then try that out and see, because at least if it's in the city, you have a bit more access to it. So that's just something that I would.
That's a useful tip for those who are now considering going into farming. But then I'll come back. We need to exhaust the questions we have. Someone wants to add on to that. Okay. So Foster's question was really about the workers while you're away and they are not honest, right? Yeah, that's an angle. And so you're a farmer, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to tell us how you did it? Yes. Great, tell us. What's your name and then go on.
Thank you very much. My name is Ibrahim Gomna.
You're the one who has farms in the north?
Yes.
Okay, good to see you again.
My name is Ibrahim Gomna. I'm the CEO of Gyps Agro. It's an agri-business firm. I'm also the executive director of TRP Ghana. It's an NGO. And I'll be doing partnership with my humble sister here soon on my NGO as well. So let me just go straight to the farming.
Please do.
So the idea of farming, I do my farming in the northeast region, the Mampuru-Moduri district of Ghana. Yes. So first of all, let me use this opportunity to tell my colleague youth that the best place to come and invest in the farming is my district. We have vast lands for rice.
You see, I still believe you should be the DC for your district.
I think.
But for now, give us the tips you want to share with us.
So what happens is that one of the things I have realized is that because of the government idea of youth in agribusiness, they started championing this since 2017, and other international organizations are all championing and encouraging a lot of young people to go into farming. A lot of the people, especially most of us who stay in the city here in Accra, want to do the farming, but we actually don't have the idea of how to go by it. Some even go to the villages and they end up being stolen, the items end up being stolen and everything, and it gets them discouraged. So under Gyps Agro, we are bringing this model, farming made easy. So the farming made easy is just something for you, the ones live in the city. You just have to come, meet our lawyers, and we sign an MOU with you. We help you acquire the land and everything, and we facilitate the whole process of doing your cultivation and everything for you while you live in the city. So you'll be an entrepreneur doing your things in the city whilst we do the facilitation for you. And it goes beyond just crop farming. We go into cattle, sheep and other things. You come and rear your cattle with us, and then you pay us commission. So these are some of the things that you can see us behind the scenes for us to discuss it. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Now let's come to Marvelous's question. I have 2 more questions. You have a response to this. Okay, let me take yours.
There's something we are forgetting here.
Yes.
Big man, you are doing IT. You want to go into farming. See, you are now starting, I don't know where you have gotten to. Choose one and follow it. The very moment you have divided attention as a businessman, you are failed.
You run at a loss. Okay.
Do you get it? It's either you go relocate to the village, stay there, watch it, make sure things go the way you want, or forget the farm, come and follow your IT. I was in Germany doing my master's. I did just 1 month. I left. I came back to Ghana to sell pizza. No, wait, it's not funny. I'm being very honest with you. Most of you young people want to do several things. Meanwhile, the things we are doing, we don't even have 100% knowledge on all of them. You will fail. One of the ingredients to fail, focus, follow one course until success. When you read the books of Donald Trump and Kiyosaki, follow one course until success. You have not even done with your IT, you want to go into farming. Then quit the IT, go and stay in the village. See, you won't die. I'm telling you, you won't die. When I left Germany to Ghana, my mates in Germany were like, Chris, are you mad? I was like, oh, see, I know what I'm doing. I want to sell food. Let me sell food. These same people call me for loan today. Because whatever they are earning there can't be much what I'm earning here, although it's in cedis, and I'm sorry for my sister, please. We are all facing the same problem. The dollar is killing us. But we will survive. So, brother, choose one. To use
something extra or to use that one
hold.
That's why
you said you have a stable job here.
Yes.
Then focus on it.
But they're looking at the money that I'm earning.
If it's about the money, now wait. If it's about the money, do the maths. When I was done with school, okay, I will decide. I was supposed to choose whether I have to do national service or I have to focus and sell my pizza.
But the national service is mandatory.
You wait. So, it can be done years after school.
Yeah.
So currently, I can still do my national service by posting myself into my institution.
It's your own business.
And last year, I even employed national service personnel. This year, I've employed about 40 national service personnel.
Okay.
So it's not news. Okay. Now see, I did the calculations. If I'm to do national service, I'm earning 559 times 12, 6,006 and coins. Other month was that if I'm to sell pizza, the minimum, if I'm to sell 9 boxes a day, I'll be earning 45,000 for the whole year. If I have to sell 25 boxes a day, I'll be earning 150,000 for the whole year. Profit, not revenue. So, if you are to be in my shoes, comparing national service 559 times 12, that's 6,600 and coins, to you selling 25 boxes of pizza, that was a very conservative estimation. And I'm going to earn 150,000 within the same 12 months. I'm going to do national service and focus on pizza. See, if you do the two, one will go down. It's obvious. So at that point, I decided that, see, I am going to sell my pizza.
And I
made that money. So whilst I was selling my pizza, I was giving loans to people doing national service.
Okay. So
it's a matter of choices.
I guess also,
and it's very difficult to do that.
Yeah,
very difficult.
Yeah, I get it. So let's not spend too much time on this question. We have others. So final input.
In my case, I wanted to focus more on the farming.
So leave the IT job and go to the farming.
Let me conclude. I have a vast land back, but the issue now is how to raise that capital to go and then start. You know, farming is a process. Yeah, so I need an amount to start the whole thing.
So the problem is capital, not focus.
Focus and then capital.
Master, you know your problem better. I think you know your solutions as well. Thank you. What others have done also is to excel in their corporate environment and then eventually move into farming when they have the capital. So Foster, that's an opportunity you may want to explore, especially given that you don't even have the capital you need now. So you may want to build on that. Matilda Alibaba, she says she has some dollars. To me, is not the same. Should she wait for the CD to stabilize or she should keep on keeping on? One of you should help us with this.
We have a similar problem. I think when the lady organizing the event reached out to me somewhere Wednesday, I told her, Madam, see, I'm very hot.
That's why
I'm very hot because I think you're supposed to do some videos. I just couldn't relate. This is not me, but I'm sorry I was so cold towards you because last week, last 2 weeks, last 3 weeks in this country,
depression.
But I don't know, but see, I don't know what is happening to you guys, but for me, about 90% of my raw materials are imported because we don't have factories in Ghana to do them. Even pizza box.
We are importing?
I'm telling you.
Are you kidding me?
It's hard. see. So whenever I hear these sirens in town, politicians moving, I don't know. I just feel like I don't have to even move.
You get upset, huh?
Because see, it's painful. Okay, last year you just needed 600,000 cedis to get $100,000. This year you need over 1.2 million cedis to get the same $100,000. Meaning that if you had 600,000 cedis last year in the bank, 10 months later, it is no more $100,000.
Scholarship.
It is less than $50,000. And how are we going to survive in this state?
How are you surviving?
In fact, we are always increasing prices. My customers will tell you, Pizza Man, in fact, we can change price like every 2 weeks. It's not our fault. For us to continue giving you the quality of products, we can't compromise on quality by, sourcing for staff standard.
So what should Matilda do?
So, Madam, see, at this point, increase the prices.
Okay.
But the truth is, when you increase the prices, some of your clients will walk away. Yeah. Be bold and do it. Because if you don't increase the prices, it's better to just stop operating than to operate and make losses.
Swallow the bitter pill, be bold, and do it. Okay, we have final questions and I'll come to another set, right? Marvelous. She manicure, right? Zimbabwe, my friend from Zimbabwe. Low payment from especially familiar, I almost said familiar spirits because I've been going to church a lot. Familiar customers, Because they know you, they probably change your diapers when you're a baby. When they buy for you, they want to throw coins at you. What should you do to such? How do you deal with them? Zubaida.
If you did their nails and you broke it or something, they would treat you like a service provider, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
they would expect the same service that if they had paid this. I charge it. If somebody's unwilling to pay, it's fine. You don't have to do it because if you keep doing that, you are going to end up running at a loss. And if you make a mistake, they will hold you accountable.
True.
Same way if they had paid full price.
True.
So you have to be firm. Or you can increase your price. If it's 200, you say 250, knowing they will beat it down to 220, then you say, okay, fine, I'll take
That's
it.
a nice strategy. No, you learn this one from our mothers when you follow them to the market. They do that pretty good. So the last question, which was actually the first, ties into the last one we got. This one is about, the last one was about cybersecurity, and the first is about trust. So you talked about the fixed assets and stuff like that. So she's just doing her business online. Everything is purely online. So how do you build your e-commerce in such a way that your clients trust you and they don't think that you scam them?
Yeah, I think trust is always about a connection. So there's two strategies that I'd recommend. You already have some customers, right? I think you should make them an offer to use them for your marketing, where if you can give somebody a discount so that they record a video for you, to talking about what they did, and literally just power that so that people can see that real human beings, most likely somebody they know, somebody they've seen somewhere. If you have about 6, 7, 8 videos coming up of people who are actually consistently verifying, then that's fine. The other strategy that I would also use is probably, I think the best option is your face as well, where you come out. And personally, one thing I do is that I talk about the issue directly. The reason I'm coming on social media right now is because people sometimes have an issue of trust. And I'm putting myself in, you get what I mean? So you literally just attack the issue directly, make a real connection. We are all in Ghana, we are all struggling, blah, blah, but I am committed to ensuring that, and if you're able to push a message like that over time.
So they should learn from politicians more?
No. Because that is.
So you are giving hope?
No, it's not about the hope. I'm just saying that let people know where you are at and be honest about it. That's something that I think always works. Customers are human beings. Okay. They appreciate honesty, and maybe not everybody can do what you need them to do. Right. But at least that trust element, she came out and told me, or there's 10 people who have put themselves on the line that they've used the service.
Okay.
I think that's
so, we have our friends online in the virtual conference room who are joining us. But on behalf of politicians, I'm offended small. Not all politicians lie to us, or... No. I mean, you have to learn something.
I didn't say the politicians.
I understand you. I understand you. But okay, so we have some questions coming from the virtual audience as well, and I'll take them quickly. But Elizabeth is here from Pulse, One Pulse, and she wants to make a very quick input to all the questions we've asked so far, and then we continue. Please put your hands together for yourselves. So far, you've been amazing. I love the engagement. This has been really exciting. So, Elizabeth.
Yes, few contributions.
Yes, please.
I wanted to tackle the farmers issue, but I think Chris has helped us demystify what his actual problem is. So I'll kind of skip that.
Right.
On the cybersecurity, I'll say that aside the going beyond two-factor verification, we may want to build our email list. I think that has been ongoing on social media for long. So for Chris, maybe when in your link, your bio link, you may want to say that if you're ordering, maybe you can put up something so that they can put in their email, and then you have an email list. In case you have your account hacked, you still have a way of contacting your customers whilst you are getting your account back or you are creating a new one. So that is one. Coming to Marvelous.
Yes.
So Marvelous, my advice to you would be that if you are setting up a business, it's important that you get structures in line. I don't know if you are doing it by yourself or you have people working for you. Do you? You have people working for you. You do it by yourself. So maybe if I say structures, it may look too big. But what you can do is to put a price list there. Maybe when they come and they are done, then you tell them 30 cedis. That one we will negotiate. But when you go to ShopRite and the price tag is there, you don't negotiate. It's fixed. So put your price list there, and then when they come, if you are using your mobile money, your personal mobile money account to collect funds, to collect your money, get a Momo merchant account to do that, so that it is not you are setting your personal self aside the business.
Right.
And maybe that would be the basic thing to do when I say set structures. For the rest, it could go beyond because now you are working for yourself.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. That's a marvelous response to Marvelous's question. Now, Mami Adra Bremba is asking, please ask the dentist, Dr. Mensah, how does he not get carried away with the social media while educating the public or reaching out to the public, you know? Because sometimes you can be reading the Bible on your phone, then, Charlie, since it's the phone and you're on social media, other things will come up on WhatsApp and you're distracted. So focusing in a destructive environment such as social media where you're giving a detailed, focused message to your audience, how do you keep that?
Okay, so the question is how I manage, work as a professional in social media. Yeah. Okay, so...
Or you don't get carried away by social media while focusing on educating people with the same platform.
Yeah, so educating people on social media doesn't really take too much of my time. So what I do is that I have certain days within the week where I sit down and record content. And I don't just record maybe one video a day. Maybe one, for instance, a Sunday, I can record content for the month.
Okay.
Yeah, so all I do is that I have certain apps that put out the content. Maybe, for instance, I know on Wednesdays and Thursdays, that's why I get a lot of engagement on my platform. So the app actually puts out the content on those days for me, yes.
Charlie, you're really using the AI.
It puts out the content on those days for me. So I don't always have to be on my phone
posting
editing. No, I take a day out, probably on Sundays, I know I don't go to work. I sit down, create the content for the month, and then I put it out on social media. So you may think that I'm using working hours to edit and do all that, but I have a day set aside to do.
I think the next thing you want to know is what are some of these apps, right? Yeah, she says yes.
I think there's this app called Lately.
Lately?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But some of the features, you may probably have to purchase those premium features to put out the content out. You also have apps such as Canva that you can use to edit. You can even use it to edit YouTube videos and all that. Create your artwork and all that.
The Canva is becoming popular.
Yes,
I hear it often. Okay, that's good. We have a few more minutes, so I want to take the more questions. Those I couldn't take. I see a hand here. That's a lady here. I'll take you today, otherwise you'll finish me. So let's hear the lady. We'll hear the gentleman. Okay. Serious, you don't have questions this time? Okay, please, let's hear you. Tell us your name.
I want to say a big thank you to you all for what you've shared. My name is Celine and I'm into e-commerce. So one of the reasons why I'm here is because of Christian. Yes, I have learned a lot from Christian from afar, and I really love how he's running his business. Yeah, I would like to, so I was in a conversation with someone and I was talking about how amazing Pizza Man, Chicken Man is, especially looking at the person running it, looking at the fact that you are young and then you have so many companies. So the person told me that it's because you have investors. I don't know how true that is. The person told me that you started on KNUST campus and then you got a lot of investors to invest in your business. So I really want to know, how did you get these investors to trust you to invest in your business? Thank you.
Thank you, Evelyn. Very good question. I'll take one more here before I come here.
Hi, thank you for watching it. My name is Mike Lacon. I'm a student at UPS.
Sorry, let's take your name again.
Okay, my name is Mike Lacon.
I'm
a student at UPS reading public relations. And I'm a digital marketer and graphic designer.
Sure.
So my question is, why to our panelists, when starting, or even when you've started and you've gotten to a point that you are making money and all that, why don't you bring people on board to form a team? Okay, like what do you consider before bringing people on board to create a team, or decide I'll still go freelance, like I'll go alone?
Okay.
And my second question is, how do you consider the taxes and all those when it comes to online payments? Like, how do you factor it in so that at the end of the day you don't make losses?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Michael Lacon. There's another hand here, so I'll take that as well. Do you have it, please?
Thank you so much. I'm David, CEO of SampleSoft Technologies. Actually, when say you have your phone or something, we pick it up for you, we fix it, then we bring it back.
Nice.
At your comfort.
Nice.
Now, I noticed that the key was passion. But let's say, for example, me personally, my passion has been in education, the field of, let's say, the sciences, especially mathematics. Just give me a child that is scared of it. Like, I'll transform it within 2 seconds.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll do the magic. I'm telling you. But the problem is, some of us too, what we have passion in, when you do it and
it doesn't pay. Eh?
Yeah. Okay. So, like, how do we turn this into money? You see?
Okay. Monetizing your passion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. David, your question is very simple and straight to the point. Thank you. I'll take the final one from this side, and then we will take some rounds of answers, and we'll continue from there. So if you have the microphone this way, yes, let's hear your name. Very first gentleman. Can we have the microphone here, please? Great. Thank you. Here. Great. So just to recap quickly, Evelyn, Michael, and David.
Okay, so I'm Isaac Oluwafemi Oguni. I'm a data scientist. I would like to find out, most of our panelists talked about passion,
Yes.
passion. And I know that there are some times when you want to monetize your passion.
Yes.
Okay, it tends to become a chore. Yeah. And then it takes away
the joy,
your passion for.
That's how
for
money making is like.
So how do you go about it? How do you go about it so you don't lose your passion for the thing,
Okay.
but then you still...
I love your question. It's very relevant. Let me start with Isaac. You enjoy doing it until, in fact, you love doing something free until people pay you and there's so much pressure and it's taking the joy out of it for you. Zubeida, how do you go around that?
What he's saying is actually very valid.
Yeah.
Most people have more than one passion. For example, I like to draw. I haven't made that a thing because if anybody commissioned me for work, I would flop.
Okay.
So I think you have to just pick which one you feel you can monetize comfortably without actually losing it. Because like I said, if I was paid for my drawing, I would stop.
I like that. Very simple, straight to the point, instructive.
I also realize that in my passion, there's things that to monetize it, there's things that I like to do and there's things that I don't like to do. And this is something you have to ask yourself to either hire somebody to do the parts that you don't like or outsource so that you can focus on the things that you like. So for example, I don't like dealing with money. I don't like dealing with even customers. Like I just like to build a strategy and create the branding. So I've hired people who create that buffer. It will come at a price, so you don't get all the money, but I think it's a good way to look at it. So you can maintain that, the passion of what you're doing.
Solid. Chairman.
I would also say getting a mentor is quite important. So you learn certain shortcuts in how to do certain things so that you don't really get to a point where you feel there's a burnout at one point in time. So I think getting a mentor is quite important.
I love your responses.
They've said it.
They've said it. Thank you. Thank you. So Evelyn is talking about investors and trust. So back to you then.
My lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
If I were time watching.
In fact, I'm happy you are impressed with what we're doing so far. Yeah. So yes, we work with one investment company, not investors. Investment company, Quick Angels, okay? And before we went there were a lot of people who have been there and people who have been after us, after we went there. But I think one of the things that myself and my guy, my roommate, we actually two, when we started this business, you see, I don't think an investor will just look at you and be like, I'm investing in you, if the investor has not seen something. So what does the investor need to see? You yourself, you need to be investor ready. I mean, you should have a business that is investor ready. If I say that, do you understand it? There's a definition by Steve Blank and Bob Dove on a startup, an organization that is in search for a scalable, repeatable, and a profitable business model. So if your business doesn't fall under these three, repeatable, scalable, profitable, then you really find it tough getting someone to even invest, because the investor also wants to invest and make profits. Nobody invests to make losses. So until you find yourself under these three categories, repeatable, scalable, and profitable, then I'm sorry you find a hard time finding someone to invest in whatever that you are doing. Thank you.
Great response. Thank you so much. There was this question about taxation, online payments, and stuff like that. It came from Michael Akon, correct? Fantastic. So essentially, my understanding of your question was recruiting a team, first of all, and then the next thing is how you file your tax returns and all of that. So let me start with you. In terms of recruiting a team, how do you go about it?
So I always say that your customers are the ones who determine your rate of scale. So if you have more people coming to you, you need to hire more people. That's the basis. I encourage, sometimes if you're able to go the traditional business route and do all your planning and have access to capital and all of that stuff, you can recruit before that happens. But I just say, especially as a graphic designer, because that's what I was, it's the demand that, you can't deal with more than 2 people in a day. When you have 5 people, you don't want to send them away, so it's better to just hire somebody in addition to you. I encourage you to hire slowly and fire quickly. Firing is not a bad thing. Firing is not bad. I encourage people to fire because there's a lot of people who come in and waste your time.
Have you seen the way I'm looking at you?
No, it's important.
But I like what you're saying, that people are time wasters.
It's not the people, because I always say there's no...
Some people.
Yeah, well, there's no bad people, there's bad fits. Do you understand? Somebody would do
better somewhere
else. So let them go so that they don't waste their time and they don't waste your time. So hire slowly, hire for mindset and those things, and let it be determined by demand. Also, don't only use interviews and CVs. Get the person to actually do the job, even if you pay for it, to be able to determine that they can actually do it before you hire them. So that's what
I love the sound of that. Let me come to you for the online taxation question.
How do you factor that?
Yeah.
But the charges are, okay, well, I don't know, it's relatively. But then we pay with our Visa cards. And then they will just deduct the money from your account.
The GRA, they are working very hard, so that one you experience it yourself.
No, Visa card, you pay charges. But it's not, compared to the amount you are paying, it's not really significant. So I don't see that to be so much of a problem.
Okay.
Or, unless I'm not getting your question well.
I was going to...
How do you add the taxation to the pricing?
Price of our products. How do you add it? You calculate it. So you know your cost of sale.
Yes.
You know whatever profit margin you want to add to it. Then you factor the government's NHIL levy, COVID levy,
E-levy.
T levy.
No, E-levy is not
No,
part. COVID levy.
T levy.
Yeah.
T, tourism levy. There's a T levy 1%.
That's also part.
On our receipt, yes.
So when we buy pizza, we pay tourism levy.
Yeah, okay, my space. You see, I'm into the food and I'm in the service sector. So yeah, we pay T levy, we pay COVID fund, we pay GET fund, we pay NHIL,
GET
then
fund.
we pay the VAT, yes.
Yeah.
So you add all of them, and then you see, these things, if you don't do them carefully too, you might end up, burning part of your profits. But then if you decide to put all the burden on the customer too, there's a high possibility that they will walk away because it will make the product overly expensive.
Right.
So then you have to be a bit considerate. You don't take so much of your profits to taxes, but then you don't also allow the taxes to put the customers away,
So
because if the
fine
customers
balancing.
move, tax authority, they don't care.
Fine balance.
I just want to add just one
That's it.
sentence.
Yeah.
Be transparent about your taxes. So previously, I used to just say 400 cedis, and people go like, hey, but just say, no, it's 400 cedis, but I'm charging you 320 and 80 cedis is tax. It's always good to be able to let people know what tax they are paying, because
Right.
it changes their perspective about what you're doing.
Interesting one. David asked about passion. We're running out of time. I'm seeing more hands. But David says that he can transform someone who doesn't like math into a mathematics guru. But that one, it doesn't pay. Doc, let me ask you this one, and I'll come to Zubaida as well.
Yeah. So he's saying that it doesn't pay. I think he should try and get people who are like-minded like him, for like a team, to form a team to juggle some few ideas on how they can actually monetize it.
Right.
Starting it as like just one person trying to do it, you find a bit of some difficulty. So
Right.
I feel something like this, you should try and get other people who are like-minded, also like maths and all that, and try to juggle around it to see how you can make it profitable.
I love that. Zubaida, you want to add something to this?
No.
He said it. Okay.
Just a quick comment.
Great, Sam.
Usually with passion projects, we misplace the person who should pay for it. So, for example, I know you obviously know that it's not the child who's going to make the payment, but then you need to figure out how to frame the product in a way that is convenient for the person who actually pays, which is the parent. In some cases, it can also be the person who pays is an organization somewhere who wants to donate to you. So you need to think about those things so that the passion stays the same, but you are flexible on who actually pays for it and how to make a case there.
I love the sound of that. We are running out of time, but I want to do maybe 3 quick questions in this last round. So maybe one here, one there. But depending on where my customers are, I'll bring my value there. Okay, so I'm seeing more hands here. So let's take one quick. Okay, 2 hands, 3. Okay. Here. Yes, please. Oh, actually, I saw this lady, but you raised your hand a long time ago. Okay, let's take you, please.
No.
Say?
2 questions.
Let's make it one. Our time is up, please.
Okay. So then I'll do with I'm Emmanuel. I do cleaning business. So now Ghana is hard.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And then people are building.
Yeah.
But then when they contact you, they want you to price so low that after the job, as a facility service provider, you won't make any profit on it. So my question is, how do you sustain your business to maximize profit in this hard time that you can pay your workers and then make something small?
Thank you. Let me take the next question for my friend, the lady in white in front, and then I'll come this way and we'll wrap up there.
Please, my name is Mercy. I'm a student of UPSC. I wanted to ask, how do you take care of the problem where your demand is lower, or no, your demand is more than your workers? How do you solve something like that?
Okay, thank you. We'll go there for the last. In fact, some of your questions have been answered already. If you paid attention to some of the responses to different questions, you realize that, in fact, in terms of the cleaning business, that question was answered a bit earlier. When that was close to Marvelous's question. But let me come to you. We'll wrap up there. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Portia.
Yes.
And I know you all are on social media, you have vast followers. So I want to know how you convert those followers to paid customers.
Okay. Again, there was a question about engagement. So you could have so many people reacting to your, liking your post, for example, but not really engaging. So if you refer to that response, you get an answer to your question in that regard. And then optimizing prices, like I mentioned earlier, that question was answered. So let me come to you all and ask for your concluding remarks. And you may, if you have some nudges to share with the very last questions, if you still have the edge to share some final thoughts on the last questions, that's fine. But otherwise, final thoughts. I started with Zubaida, so I'll end with Zubaida. And I'll start with Chris.
So you said your demand is more than the workers. Demand is less. You have so many staff.
So 5.
Sack some.
Yeah, 5.
But why?
5.
Reduce the number of staff you have. When there is demand, then you get them. I'm sure among your staff, if you have 20, you can select best 5, right? Keep the best 5. Let the other 15 go home. You have hire slowly, fire
quickly.
That's
you
it.
see, you were told this earlier. What are your final thoughts, Chris?
Get a mentor.
Right.
And always do your calculations before you start any business. I would like to share this experience with you. In 2018, initially I thought maybe it is spiritual, but it wasn't spiritual. It was lack of common sense. Yes, and since I realized that truth, I mean, I've always been doing calculations before I venture into anything. In 2018, okay, so I forgot to add, I was also an event organizer. In 2018, I organized an event in Kumasi, Mechlin Hotel. I featured Kwabna, Ken Promise, and Adina. Unfortunately for me, a day to the event, may her soul rest in peace, Ebony died through an accident. People didn't show up for the program. I thought Ebony's death caused it, but it wasn't so. The capacity, total capacity for the space was 1,000. Single tickets were 50, couple was 70. If I was to fill the entire space with only singles, the maximum revenue I was supposed to get was 50 times 1,000, that's 50,000. If I was to fill the place with 500 couples, that would make the place full. That was 70 cedis, right? Times 500, because 500 couples will make 1,000 capacity. Do you understand the math? So 50,000 against 35,000. The maximum was 50. And there's a higher possibility I'm not going to get only singles to attend. So it's going to be a mixture of singles and couple, meaning the revenue will be less than 50,000. Now what happened was that I invested over 85,000 to the event. So from the onset, I had made a loss of over 40,000. I didn't do the calculations. I just started because I had passion. I wanted to organize event. I had passion. And the passion led me to trouble. Right. So in as much as you are having the passion, use common sense too.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you.
And
Chris.
find a mentor. Somebody ahead of you in life. There's a quote in Italian, Tratta con quelli che sono meglio di te e fagli. It says that associate with people better than yourself and pay the price for it. Admit that this person is ahead of you. Go to the person, ask questions. I want to do ABC. How do I go about it? Do you have any idea? See, those ahead of you always have thought like how you thought some days ago. Ask for advice. They'll direct you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chris. Associate yourself with persons better than you and pay the price for it. Thank you. That was great. Doc.
Yeah, so what I would want to tell people is that you should never stop being the best version of yourself. Keep improving. The dollar rate is not going to get lower anytime. So things are going to be more difficult as the months go by. So try to make sure that you position yourself in a way that as things get tough, you've increased, let's say, you made yourself more valuable to people. So you're able to make money out.
It means that if you make yourself as valuable as the dollar, when they change you to CD, it will be a lot of money.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I love it.
I think one of my biggest lessons is I've noticed that in Ghana, we have a very interesting approach to diversification where people just try different things because other people are doing well in that, right? But I want to change your approach to diversification where split your business and your product, where, as I said before, your business can be on a mission to help people study math or do better in school. But the product you can do can be different things, and your product can serve different markets. So you can have a product for rich people, product for middle income, product for low income. Do you understand? And you are testing all the time. Whichever product doesn't work, you kill it and you invest, in that way. So just have that in mind in the sense that what you do as a business is a mission, right? But your product can take different forms. Some will fail. The same thing that you are doing. You can sell juice, you can do nails, but have different, it can be a subscription. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And different ones will fail, different ones will succeed, and the one that succeeds,
I love
you
that.
go ahead with
I love how you said low-income people instead of poor people, but this is good. It's a very diplomatic man, Please put your hands together for a panel. I'm giving Zubaida some time to breathe, and then she'll give us a final words. Zubaida.
Wait, should I go now?
Yeah, final words.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said earlier, find a problem in society. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It doesn't have to be world hunger or something small that you think you can solve yourself. Sell people convenience and be consistent.
Thank you very much. Round of applause for our panel. Thank you so much, Dr. Mensah, Zubaida Abdul Rahman. We've had Christian Boache and Sydney Scott Sam. They've been amazing. Please put your hands together for them once more. Awesome, awesome. And then also for yourself, you've been fantastic. Please put your hands together for yourself. I want to appreciate you. You can forget about me. You will clap for me later. Thank you all the same. Now, I want you to keep your eyes fixated on the screens because we have something special for you. I want to see how many of you have the fastest fingers. It means you could be earning some money. You'll be earning some value. So keep your eyes on the screen. For now, I'm the one there, so keep your eyes on me. That's a lot of value you have there. So we have the fastest finger next. How many of you are ready? Those who raise your hands, it means you're not ready because you are using the finger in the air. All right. So let's do this. Fastest fingers, people. Are we ready? Oh, we are not. Okay, that's fine. If you are not ready, oh, right, there you have it. Who's got the fastest fingers? Chris, are you doing this one too? No, Chris doesn't give small money chance, man. Start from the bottom. Everybody's doing from the top. Oh, he got it. Yay. Who else got it? Whoa, she got it. Dennis, did you? Oh, you're not interested. Hey. Zubaida, did you get it? Oh, you are leaving it for us. Thank you. Chris, you are sharing this one too with us. I guess one of the tips is don't give small money chance.
You have to let small.
Okay, we have 4. Who's the first? Who was the first to get it? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, round of applause. Congratulations, people. Okay, we have another one coming. Do we have another one coming? Are we ready? Are you ready? Nature, did you get some? You got the third one. Hey, then 5 people for 4. How did that happen? Okay, we have a new one, people. New one. New one, you got it. Congratulations, new one. No, your screen has cracked there. It's giving you issues. Your phone has frozen. Woo, you got it. Congratulations. Who else? Anyone else? Yay. All right. Have you exhausted it? Online people. Okay. Online people, you also have yours. Have you got yours? Okay. All right, good. So we're done. We'll do another one. Should we do another one? You are tired. Yeah. Those who didn't get some, they say no. And those who got it, they want more. All right. So in no time, I'll be inviting to join us here for a very important session. A lady by name Winnie Jidonu Ayoba. Okay, so Winnie is a seasoned product manager with over 8 years of building digital products. Say 8 years. The serious people, you didn't say some. Just be. Say 8 years. So what's her name? What did I say her name is? That's what you remember, right? Okay, Winnie Ayoba for short. Now, she's done that both as Winnie is a seasoned product manager with over 8 years of building digital products that are both easy to use and to solve a problem. She was the senior product manager at Digicel Group for the My Digital app, which has been used across 32 different markets. And she's currently the manager for digital platforms in MTN Ghana. Please welcome Winnie Ayuba with a round of applause. We're ready for Winnie, and good to have you. Winnie, are you ready for us? I'm ready. I was just trying to get through. Oh, please come. Welcome Winnie with another round of applause, please. So Winnie, what do you have for us?
Can you hear me? Am I on?
Yes, you're on. Yeah, I like that.
Should I sit or am I walking? Feel free.
Guys, what do you want?
You want me to walk?
They say you should stand here.
Last night I was at this guitar awards and they said before people come on the stage, they practice their walk. And then they practice their smile. I don't know how I'm doing, but you know, I'm trying.
You're doing really fine.
Oh, thank you. Hey, practice my walk. I know my slides. It's okay. They don't want to show it to me. All right, so hi everyone. As said, I'm Winnie Jidonu. I work with MTN. Oh, my clicker. So does my clicker work here too? Yeah. I work with MTN and I manage platforms. So just generally what are platforms? So, you know, Instagram, Facebook, all these things that you're running your businesses on are platforms because Instagram isn't the one opening all these shops for you. Am I right? You're opening your own stores there. Am I echoing or is it me? I'm echoing. Okay. Can I stop echoing? Because I already have an accent. You can't add problems to my life.
Oh my God.
Right. So one of the platforms that I manage is called Ayuba. Has anyone ever heard Ayuba? Good. You like the song too. Ayuba. And everybody thinks it's insurance. No.
Sounds like your name, actually.
Like my name?
Yeah.
Jidonu.
Ayuba.
Ayuba.
Ayuba is not part of your name.
No, it's not. But people just call me Ayuba. When I hear someone say Ayuba, I just say yes because I know, like, you're talking to me. I manage the product. Like, someone talked about it earlier. It's about obsession. They call it focus, but me, I call it obsession. When you're managing a business, a product, you have to be obsessed. Am I lying? If you're not obsessed, you won't work.
They said yeah. When they said am I lying, they said yeah. It means.
No, am I? Oh, let the speakers come back. Please, oh, Chris. Don't you have to be obsessed? This one. What's his name? Isn't it
Chris?
Chris.
Yeah.
Don't you have to be obsessed? Please learn, no. He has said it. Pizza man. You have to be obsessed, okay? Otherwise, it won't work for you. Same way, I'm obsessed about Ayuba. I'm obsessed about platforms. I'm also obsessed about helping entrepreneurs. Right, so Ayuba is made in Africa for Africans. So a lot of these platforms that we're using today is made for the Western world. I know because I'm coming from the West. So me, I'm coming from Jamaica, small island girl, right? But my father is also Ghanaian, so I'm half and half. But when we do things and the way we say things and the way we approach things in different parts of the world, we build our solutions for ourselves. So you're in Silicon Valley, like most of the solutions they made in Silicon Valley work better on Apples, just because all they have is iPhones there. That's just their lifestyle. While a lot of things we build in Africa is for Androids, because it has to work on the environments that we have. Am I making sense? Yeah. Okay. So Ayuba was actually built in Africa to support our ecosystem, to support our people. So a lot of the things that we will have on it will be specific to your businesses and your needs. So what is Ayuba? It's a super app. What does that mean? You can listen to music. You can play games. You can find out about, we have a micro app called Stride. You can do delivery. We have 10. So there's all sorts of things on it. So you're not just going there to, oh, I'm going to chat with my friend today. For that you can use WhatsApp. Hey, who doesn't use WhatsApp? Put your hand up. Great, nobody. There you go. So in being a super app, we realize that different people have different needs. And so to support those different needs and to get the market that we need to get on it, to support you as our customers, we have different facilities. So for example, right now, Ayuba has over 2 million active users in Ghana alone. Those are eyeballs for your businesses to be able to, hey, someone's falling. for your businesses to be able to leverage it. Why should you put your business on Ayoba? It's free to use for MTN customers. So what that means, there's no data charges to your customers to access your products and services. So they don't have to start thinking about, oh, my bundle. They can just go on, access your service. The only thing they're paying for is what you are providing, not the data they need to now buy to use your service. The next thing is that you get to listen and play, okay? You get to stay in touch. We talked about that, and it is secure. So we spoke about security earlier. Where's my security guy? Put your hand up now. You know MTN, Cyber Security Month. This month, we're very serious. We had our C-levels talking about it, all the things you can do. Our CTO was like, he changes his password almost every, 15 days. You have to be, you can't just be having these things 30 days, someone has stolen your password. Your account has been blocked. No, pa. You have to be serious. And it's not, we need you don't know password. Your password has to not be a passphrase. You know, like, I walked to the market today and I bought some mangoes with 10 CDs, something. You have to be exclamation. You now need to be serious. I'm just, no. That wouldn't be sensible now. And this thing, we have to really be creative about our passwords, and we have to change them regularly, okay? So by the time the person catches on, you changed it. All right, so that's one of the main things with Ayoba. Then channel. So where's my food girl? She's gone. So what we do is we have channels on Ayoba. So we'll speak more about our channels and our micro apps. So it's for everybody. So if you're not technically savvy and you can't put a website together, we now allow you to have a channel. So we'll speak to that in a second. All right. So channels and micro app. How channels work is almost like you can add articles, videos. So if you're a blogger, if you want to provide information to persons, you just have to say, you can have an RSS feed. So the IT people, you know what an RSS feed is? Yes, non-IT people, no. You people, you're not talking to me. Is it that you don't understand me? So when I ask questions, when he asked questions, people were responding. Respond to me now. Come on now, it's lonely up here. Everybody else, they had company. Me, I'm alone. He's here, but he's not helping. So what you're able to do is you're able to drive your content to or over 2 million persons in Ghana. But the thing, because Ayoba is for Africa, that doesn't mean that it's only available in Africa. What we find is our content is actually more popular in other countries. People are really interested in what Ghanaians are saying. So I onboarded Aku Books, which is like an audio book. And I'm getting more people listening in Cameroon or South Africa. So now it allows you to have the whole continent as your playground for the content you're providing. It's now accessible on a platform that works for them. All right. Is David here? Oh, come. Hi. So, cool. Sorry, my eyes, I now wear my glasses. So this is David, right? So David is actually a part of, are you on? Are you on now?
Yeah.
Can you hear him?
Hello?
Can you hear David? Can you hear David? Can you hear David? Okay, everyone can hear David. Okay.
Yeah, hello.
They can hear you, I assure you.
Yeah.
So as our team at Ayoba, what we've realized is we need to also support the people on our platform, right? It's not just to give you a window. It's not just to say, oh, come on Ayoba, access our people. We also support you in developing your business and your ideas. So David works with Tendo, see? Nice branding, me too, I'm branding. Are you people branding your businesses? Like, I'm not seeing anybody in any branded apparel for their businesses that they said they're called. Like, if anybody stands, show me you're wearing branding for your businesses. No. Are you running businesses? We need to think about this thing. Where's my brand strategy guy? Did he point to that you have to start wearing your brands? That's also very important. So like David, he's in his brand. So one of the things that we really try to do is support the businesses that are on our platform. So Tendo, I think you came on Ayoba maybe 2 months ago. So we've been working with them as to how do we allow persons to be more familiar with their product and actually use the services. So I thought this was a good opportunity for them to walk through what they do because it can work for you. So for me, I like low-touch businesses. I know they're the passionate ones. They're the ones who want to be in the kitchen baking the pizza. But also for me, or the people who want to be tilling the ground. But for me, I also want an opportunity for me, the IT guy, who wants to still be in his job somewhere, but he just wants passive income, right? That's all he wants. He just wants to make some extra money on the side. It's not that he wants to be doing that night and day. Yes, he needs passion. He's looking at me like I'm scared now. Like, yes, don't forget to choose one. Choose one. But some people, they just want to make some small change on the side. It's not that, they just want something to supplement their salary, right? It's not that they want to switch from their business. No, he's scared because I'm looking at him, so no, I don't know where to look. But so that's what Tendo actually provides for people. So we want to just go through that solution so you can be familiar with what they have. Here we go, Tendo.
Yeah.
Clap for David, though. He's shy.
Okay, is it afternoon? Yes. Okay, so good afternoon. I'm from Tendo. I'm David. I'm the marketing lead. This is very intimidating for me, so just, you can't hear me. Can I sit down? Because I feel like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, so, I'm David. I'm the marketing lead for Tendo. We'll explain to you what Tendo is about. Don't mind my voice. It cracks a little, so yeah. Okay, so I think just to start, the problem you're trying to solve with Tendo is giving access to people like you to try and start making some side income.
Making side income. Am I still audio? Can you still hear me? Can I talk too? Yeah, so it's really just to help people to make side income. So if you look at the big one, it says like, for my Alibaba lady, before, she would have to then, go to the stores, then she would have to make sure she has enough money, then she has to get the products in Ghana with exchange rates, and then she would have to put the products online for her then to sell it again or take it to the market or something, and then she would have to be doing all this delivery. And she's having headaches. Am I lying? It's stressful. You don't want to be doing all these things. Where's my Alibaba? I heard it, but I didn't see you. You're worried, right? You're stressed out. Let's say there's an easier way. This way is Tendo, right? So tell them, how do you do it now with Tendo?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, okay. So, like she discussed, the first process, like when you're trying to start a business, is you have to get your products. But then before you get your products, you have to get like capital to get the products, and then come and like try and market it and then sell. We found out like it was very, very like difficult for people to do that. Either finding the wholesaler, that's like your supplier, or finding the capital to start that business. So we took that out, and then we have found the products for you. All you have to do is just come on the platform and then get the products you want to sell, market it, and then when you get an order, you come back to the app, you place the order, and then we deliver to you, to your customers. So I think that's the process there. I wanted to use like an example, but I really, really want to like run through this presentation and just like walk off the stage. So yeah, just bear with me. So like an example would be when Chicken Man was trying to start his business. He was selling like AirPods, what did they say? USB ports, yeah.
Oh, he was doing flash drives.
Yeah, flash drives.
Is that what you call it, flash drive? Like US?
Yeah.
Same things with
so typically, like if he wanted to start like that before Tendo, he would have to like get capital and then get a supplier, and then market the products. That's what he would have to do without Tendo. But with Tendo, we already have like those products there. So all you have to do is just like come to the app, take pictures of the products that we have, and then share it to any contacts that you have. Either it can be contacts on WhatsApp or contacts on like
on
Ayoba or Facebook, Instagram, any of those places. So when you get the order, you come back to the app, you make the order, and then we deliver on your behalf. So I can just take you through. So this our platform. Yeah. So like I was saying, you go to the app, you create the account, you discover the products that you want to sell, flash drives, we have power banks, we have shoes, we have appliances, we have phones, we have anything you can probably think of, we kind of like have it. Our best selling products are like bags, so you can start with like female bags, 3-in-1 bags if you are interested. And then, yeah, so you discover the products, you add your profits, so like it's business, so you have to add like your margin that you want to benefit from. I mean, like the margins that you want to charge people on. So let's say you get a product for 20 CDs on our platform, you can add like 10 CDs or 5 CDs to it as your profit margin, and then you share it to your friends. And then when you get like a sale, you come back to the app, you make the order with the wholesale price and then the profit that you added, and then we deliver on your behalf, and then we take the money. So you basically don't have to do that much with Tendo. All you have to do is just like keep sharing and adding your profit throughout. So yeah, so these are like some examples. Yeah, so these are like an example of somebody that is on our app. Just like it's not an example. It's more like
a persona.
Yeah, like a persona, like a user persona that we have on there.
Does everybody know what a persona is, or did I just use a jargon that confused you? Persona, no. Okay, it's like a. You know, who was saying it earlier? Somebody was saying it like, you need to know who your target group is, right? You can't just go out there, it was this guy. You know, you can't just go out there and say, oh, everybody's my customer, everybody will buy from me. Exactly. So what they've done is that they said, typically, this is what our customer is. This is the person that we know will be selling like, your persona, it looks like my Alibaba girl. It's like you took her picture and you put it there, right? You're our persona, or your Tendo's persona. So that's what it means. So sorry for the confusion of my fancy words. Are we aligned?
Okay. Okay, so that's the user persona. Like, so on Tendo, we classify our resellers as Tendo resellers. That's like you coming on the app and then like trying to resell the products that we have on there. We classify them as resellers. So this is an example of a reseller. And then, yeah. So what we are trying to do, like I said, is just try and help like young people like ourselves to start something with very little capital. You don't need any capital to start on Tendo. You don't need to be like Mr. Chicken Man here. We don't need capital like to start. Like where he started, he needed capital, but with Tendo, you don't need capital to like just follow his footsteps, as in like selling to your friends or selling to the contacts that you have on any social media. And so yeah, I think that is it for Tendo. We are still growing as an app. We are being backed by YC Combinator. I don't know if anybody knows YC Combinator. We are also backed by Google. So yeah, so we keep like improving, and we just partnered with Ayoba as well, because we realized like some people were having problems with data, and so on Ayoba you don't need data to access the app, and then use the app to try and like make some small income for yourself. So yeah.
So yeah, thanks. He did well, right? He was shy, but he did well. So yeah, so basically what we're saying is that Ayoba supports your hustle, whatever it is that your hustle is, right? We're here for you everywhere you go. So basically, if you want to be, you just need to decide for us. If you're technically savvy, or you already have a website, or you already have something going, like my e-commerce friend here, it can just be a micro app on our site. What that means is that it's a website within the app. So that's what Tendo has done. They've already had our product, it's already out there. But now they're saying, okay, I want access to these customers that are on Ayoba. And also, I want to give my users more choice. So that's what we are here to do. We're here to support you in providing more choices and options and direct customers who are within your space. So if you want any more information, you could just come and find me, or you can go to ayoba.me and you can find all the details there on how to become onboarded on Ayoba. Anybody excited about new opportunities, platforms, business, money? Yes. All right, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you too, people. Thank you so much. Now, anyone else interested in fastest finger again? You that you are saying no, it's the glasses you are wearing. Do you want more? Yeah. Please, who else wants some more fastest finger stuff? Finger foods, I mean. Okay, so we'll do that shortly, but let me call up here Felicia from the Diaspora. They're coming to tell us about an exciting incubator program that they run. All right, should I help you out? I could. Yeah. Oh man, put your hands together for us, man. So, yeah, it's the incubator program. She has some exciting information for you on that. Felicia, what is this about?
All right, thank you all. First of all, thank you all for coming. And many thanks to Ahaspra, Ayoba, and the biggest thanks to MTM Pulse for making this all possible. This is our 5th edition, and Ahaspra is privileged to have organized 4 editions out of the 5 so far. And we've seen few entrepreneurs grow through this series. And I'll give you a typical first-hand example. If you see my hair, I'm sure the ladies, some of you are admiring it. We have an entrepreneur here who came for the first series, got inspired, started her business. She came to my house and did this hair for me just before the series. And she shared one story. So I asked. Yes, the guys. Kelly was the first to say it's nice, so yeah. So she shared one story that resonated and made this all meaningful to me, especially. So I asked her, how do you feel about the Pulse series? Do you want more? And what has been your experience? She said, oh, it's been great, but I have one story to share about my friend. She said she had a friend, the first time she came, she shared the online link with a friend. And she asked her, oh, join. So during the presentation, there was a delivery from one of our speakers about service delivery. She owns a makeup company. Thanks to Stephanie for this. And she spoke about how she navigated the struggle with delivery. And apparently her friend's business was crippling. She had a campus business like Chris has. It was crippling because anytime she's done cooking, getting a delivery service was difficult. It was so expensive. But when she heard Stephanie's way of going around them and coming up with deals to make add value to her business, she learned from it, and now the business has started growing again. Now she has a company that understands her needs and gives her a better delivery offer. So clients are now utilizing her services more. And these, I'm sure there are many more stories. Nature and Co, who have been with us through the 5 seasons, will share. But I'm here because we don't just talk at Ahaspra. This is not the end of this series. We have an incubator program that will walk you through all the elements that was discussed on the program for 3 weekends continuously. On Saturdays during your free time, we'll bring up professionals to talk about the salient aspect of the program so that it adds on to what the speakers shared. So it's not here Dr. Michael or Chris sharing how they grew their Facebook page and just leave you like that. We'll teach you the one-by-one steps of achieving what they've achieved. So I'm here to launch the AHASPRA and MTN Pulse Incubator program, which is a post-event engagement after this series, which will happen in November. So after this, we'll engage you, we'll send you emails, we'll send you WhatsApp messages. Don't ignore us. We'll add you to our database, and we'll engage you and bring you on board the incubator program. And the fun bit, after that, you get a certificate of completion, just so you feel good that, at least I'm doing something for my time. Chris talked about mentoring, and AHASPRA is super big on mentoring. That is how we even got this partnership with MTN Pulse. If you need a mentor, reach out to us, and let's help you connect to people who are making difference and who are really pushing their agenda. Thank you all for coming once again.
Thank you too. Thank you so much, Felicia. Awesome. I'm going to make a very quick request of you, but I promised you some data, right? Free airtime. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that? If you're ready, raise your phone and let me see. But if you're not ready, keep your phone down. All right, so for those of you who are watching us online, we have a link in the comment section so that you can actually give us your appraisal of today's session. Let us know what you liked, how you found it, how else you want us to cook this and deliver it to you next time. Your feedback is very important to us, right? So please do that for us. Now, for those of you who are here, you'll find the QR code on the pillars and on the screens as well much later. Please do well to scan them. You'll see the questionnaire. You go through. It's a survey, actually, very brief. And then you can, the cameraman is taking pictures, so let me hold on and smile so that you can take some nice pictures. Oh, I should continue. Should I continue? Okay. So now we are ready for the fastest fingers. Who else is ready? Oh, you are scanning. Okay, please, let's scan and let's finish scanning. You are not scanning. Say, he's distracting you. Can you scan from where you are? Okay, yes, there's on the pillars, so you can. So maybe I should allow you to finish scanning before we do the fastest finger. If you don't scan the fastest, we won't do again. Okay, so we can finish this. In fact, we will do the scanning after the fastest finger. Yeah? Yeah. Those who are saying yes, their phone screen has cracked. And they won't get it. Oh, but are you ready? Are we ready? Or they should finish scanning? Okay, so, relax. I'm going to play you a very important ad. Watch it when I finish, we'll continue. Already, please play it again. Last one. Are we ready for the fastest fingers now? All right. Are we ready? Control room. All right. In 3. No, on my call. Relax. Relax. How many of you used to do free night calls? Huh? Nature, I will give you one free because you raised your hand. So in 3, 2, 1, action. Fastest fingers. 2497976430767 Somebody got it? Okay. 7541600369887. Somebody got it? Yeah, you missed it. No, you missed it. Come on, you missed it. Oh, nobody got it. You don't like something? Your phone screen has not cracked. Why are you not doing it? Anybody else? You got it? Yeah, how much? What? Okay, send me 2 CD and let me see something. Who else got one? Who else? Yay! Oh, only the MTN people are getting it. Just me, are you there? Yo, somebody got it. Fantastic. Another person got it as well. Please put your hands together for yourselves. You're amazing. I really appreciate it. We are done, right? Okay. The fastest fingers, no. The fastest fingers, no. I think the way more people are smiling at the back end, or I'll take the rest home. Next week, I will be on TV, City TV. When you watch, I will do some, then you take the rest. So keep your eyes, keep watching the most relevant and listening to the most relevant media house, you understand? You understand? You understand? Or you don't understand? It's good. Thank you for coming. Friends from Ashesi, thank you for coming. My Zimbabwean friend, good to see you. Marvelous. I've made a couple of friends. Marvelous. As for nature, I can't forget. It comes to me by nature. Nature. Doris. Where's Doris? Oh, it's Dorcas. So before we go, I want 2 people to tell me just one thing they've learned each. Like one thing that you've learned and one thing that you want to go do differently. Real quick. And then I'll sort you out. Yeah. Say it again. Oh, you. Did you hear that? Says hire slowly, fire. Don't go and fire your girlfriend because they say hire slowly. But I think it even works there that when you are finding a boyfriend, hire slowly, right? Okay. Yeah. Yes. You want to say something?
We should work with passion.
Work with passion. That's true. Someone in front of you. She said your own. Apoeliki. Microphone, please.
Take emotions out of pricing.
Take emotions out of pricing. That's important. Hey, Mobio, a lot of people want to talk.
Focus.
Focus. Yeah. Are you on the GOG album? No. All right. Nice one. Oh, pass it on. Yeah, quick.
Should get a mentor.
Get a mentor. That's very important. That's my mentee, by the way. Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we should monetize our passion, not just for fun.
So how are you going to do it? I think now it's easy for you to tell me one line and then we clap for you. What are you going to change? What are you going to do differently? It's fine. I'll put you on the spot. That's okay.
Okay, so Caleb.
Yeah, and I'll see you.
Right, so focus on one cause until success.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
also, value is the new currency.
Value, I like, yeah.
Yeah.
Value is the new currency.
Yes.
And focus on one cause until
success, yeah.
Right. I think we should spend another hour here, right? There's a lot more to do, man. I'm loving it. Yes, let me hear you, yes.
My name is Nanama, and what got to me was associate with people higher than you and pay the price for it.
Yeah. Please, I want to associate with you, okay? When you finish, I'll take your number, okay? But I won't call her tonight, I promise.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, you have that now? Too many people have mic. Okay.
Okay, so what I've learned is that you should do calculations before you take any action.
Do calculation before you take action. So
if
know
your cost, know your revenue, know your profit before
know your cost, know your revenue, know your customer, know your product.
Hello.
Okay. So one microphone is here, I'll bring the other here. Okay. Dennis, right?
Dixon.
Hey, okay. You know the funny thing is, 2 weekends ago, I went to MC a funeral. And my colleagues in the office say, hey, right now, Funa, oh, you the MC. I say, we they search the girl, I'm say serious. I'm following Chris's example. He has even sold brazier, man. I'm Funa there. I didn't kill him for Christ's sake. But the son of the man who had passed, his name was Dick, right? And yeah, for sure. And his wife was called Mrs. Dick or something. It all sounded weird to me, but I was like, yeah. And you know, when people live outside, they have foreign experiences. These things are normal. Ghana, for they must say too much. Dixon, please, let's hear you.
Yeah, I learned that we should sell convenience and be consistent with it.
Sell convenience and be consistent with it. I love that. Okay, let me hear. Marvelous, right? Yeah.
Okay, I learned that in as much as you have passion, use common sense.
Ooh. So add common sense to your passion. Do like mashup and you'll be fine. Okay. Does anyone have the microphone over there? Let me hear you, my friend.
I learned that you shouldn't monetize all of your skills.
Yeah.
Okay, just monetize one. Keep the other ones. And then if you're having if you're having problems with your passion, like as in losing your passion, you should just
outsource some.
Yeah.
That's a very important part. That's true. Yes. Oh, here. I remember your name. What's your name again?
Akushika.
Akushika, yeah. E-commerce.
Yeah.
That's the name I
It's
remember.
Ahofade, so you can keep that name.
Say it again.
Ahofade. A-H-O-F-A-D-E.
Ahofade.
Yes.
Instagram? Are you on Instagram?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Did anybody bring a business card here today? Anybody?
No.
You have one, okay. Share. Okay, let's hear you.
I also learned that growth comes from feedback from your customers.
Yeah, it's very important. Growth comes from feedback from customers. This side is like nobody's talking to me. You didn't get the credit, man. Oh, you spoke. It's true. Last person, Gambu. Okay, I'll take you, I promise. I'll come for you.
Yeah. I'm Darius.
Darius.
Yes.
He was a king, you know him?
Yes.
So you're king? King already?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear you, Darius.
So I learned to invest money into technology. That is like what you're using to create content or your business. Yeah.
Yeah, he said when you use your phone small, upgrade and buy proper camera. But if you don't buy the camera now, ask the technician at the back, you know what they are there, you know. The lens alone will over you. I promise to take the last lady, the lady in yellow and beautiful white hijab. Are you Asana or you are Muna?
My name is Rahina too.
Say that again.
Rahina.
Rahina too. Okay. Are you related to Rihanna? Are you related?
No.
Okay. All right.
I learned that it's a matter of choices and you should know what works for you best.
What is the matter of choices? If you only feel about confusing me, it's a matter of, it's like you have two men and you are trying to choose one. You are talking about business, so contextualize it for me.
Like when you are in between to choose like between two jobs or work.
Yeah.
Know what works best for you and
I love that. Yes, that's true. Fantastic. Let me have the QR code on the screen now, and I encourage you all to have it. Scan it and let's get your feedback. In the meantime, can we take some live feedback here? Can you guys, if you want to share your impressions with us through the microphone or something? Yes.
If you want to give live feedback, just alert Steve here.
Oh, okay.
The videographer will capture your feedback and we'll use it for.
Yeah, video.
Engage, video
Please go and do it. You'll be on the online. You can share to your family. And it'll be good.
Thanks.
By the way, you would find that our speakers, some of them are still around. So when we close, please, don't just ask for picture and you put on Instagram and you get 2 likes. Take their number as well. Or, email. Or, you understand? And don't go and ask some things. You understand? You don't understand? Take advantage and meet new friends. I want to meet you, so I think we have closed, right? I've enjoyed this so much. I don't want to close, but it's fine. Let's close. Please put your hands together for yourself. God bless you. Hopefully we'll meet again. Thank you to the production team. This is sweet. I felt like they were filming the Queen's funeral. It was very beautiful. Thank you all for coming. God bless you.
Thank you all for coming. In-house announcements.
Yes.
We have snacks at the back. when you go out where you had your registration. MTN Pulse also have.
My name is Yao Bediako. I'm an immunologist and I'm the CEO of Yamachi Biotech here in Accra. I relocated back to Ghana in 2019 after spending 12 years in the US and actually 2 years in Kenya and then 4 years in London. So returned to Ghana after over 20 years and at the time was on an academic track and so took up a faculty position at the University of Ghana at the West African Center for Cell Biology of Infectious Pathogens. About 6 months in, I began to consider my options and see whether or not I wanted to remain purely as an academic or do something else. And that led me eventually to co-found Yamachi Biotech here in Accra in June of 2020. Yamachi is a cancer research company focused primarily on diversifying precision oncology, both from the perspective of diagnostics but also therapeutics. The main challenge for me in coming back had to really do with if I came in with good ideas, I would receive the necessary support to try to chase those ideas. And while I found support in certain areas, especially in my most immediate director of the center I was in, I found that in general, the institution as a whole was very unfriendly to progress. And that's actually the motivation to establish Yamachi, because I was frustrated with the existing system, and so I saw that issue and tried to do something about it, and that resulted in founding Yamachi. My major success, or at least the thing I'm most proud of, definitely has to be Yamachi. Yamachi as a company represents something that really doesn't exist in Ghana and doesn't really exist in much of sub-Saharan Africa. We aim to be a globally competitive company that happens to be headquartered in Accra, and by that we are trying to really redefine what it means to be African, redefine what it means to be an African company, and we hope that it will portray an image of world-class excellence. Most recently, I was awarded a Callistus Juma Fellowship by the Gates Foundation, one of 14 African scientists to be awarded that. The coolest thing was I was awarded it as part of Yamachi, and so it's the first major grant for Yamachi, and I think that's a big step forward for the company. So my advice would be decide in yourself that it is what you want to do, and then begin to plan for it. But ultimately, when the time comes to take the plunge, you have to take the plunge. It is a plunge. There will never be a perfect time to relocate. There will always be a reason to wait another month or to wait another year. So if you decide that coming home is what you want to do, put all the plans in place, but then finally you have to take that step, that leap of faith as it were, to relocate. But don't come home as some kind of black savior. Come home as somebody who is looking to come home, to contribute to Ghana, but is fully aware of their own limitations and their own lack of local experience. And I think if you come like that, you will be well received, you'll get the support you need, and you have a great chance of success.